As the saying goes, a dragon has 9 sons each with different talents. But I reincarnated and became the most trashy little Blackwater Dragon in the nest. Even the shrimp soldiers and crab generals dared to spit at me. Just when I thought I would end up as a river upon landing, I accidentally activated the Infinite Devouring Evolution System. As long as I keep eating, I can grow endlessly. Not only could I evolve into a dragon that overturns rivers and seas, but I could also evolve into a holy mother who transcends the heavens. Even the race that creates heaven and earth, I can successfully evolve into. But just as I was thinking about finding a few little female dragons and reaching the peak of dragon life, a mournful cry from Dragon Mother suddenly came from afar. Hearing the noise, my 8 siblings instantly stood up. They eagerly slithered toward the direction of the sound. They weren't worried about Dragon Mother's safety at all. They were just waiting for Dragon Mother to give birth so they could divide the EC Dragon Spring and the Dragon Clan's treasure, the Calming Sea Pearl. Only I coiled in place, my expression grave. I could tell from Dragon Mother's voice that her energy was erratic. The Dragon Forest was filled with warning signs of determination. That instinct deep in the bloodline never lies. With that thought, I rushed forward. One tail swipe per sibling. I knocked over the ones in front one by one. They rolled back on the cold coral reef. I roared, my voice hoarse but resolute. Stay where you are. Anyone who takes a step forward, I'll cripple them today. All 8 siblings were stunned. They never imagined that the little black rice ball they usually pushed around would dare to lay a hand on them. The eldest brother, snapping back to reality, immediately revealed his Ying-Long true form. His 100-meter-long dragon whiskers blotted out the sky. His dragon tomb path lunged straight at me. I didn't even glance at him. I turned and rushed toward the black abyss at full speed. Behind me, the eldest brother's angry shouts grew fainter. Only one thought filled my mind. Dragon Mother must not come to harm. Absolutely not. The water in the black abyss grew murkier. The thick smell of blood assaulted my senses. It stung my eyes. Soon I saw Dragon Mother's figure. Her golden dragon scales, which should have been dazzling, were now stained dark red with blood. Her 1,000-meter-long massive dragon body was pressed firmly against the stone wall. Under her dragon claws, she held a gutted sea beast. But her own injuries were even more horrifying, especially the bowl-sized wound on her reverse scales. Golden dragon blood gushed out relentlessly, dyeing the seawater red for 100 meters around. That is the most deadly vital point of the Dragon Clan. Once the reverse scales are damaged, 9/10 of a dragon's power is lost. They can't even soar. Surrounding her, there were 8 furious raging sea sharks, each one dozens of meters long. Their sharp teeth glinted with chilling light. Their blood-red eyes were filled with bloodthirsty greed. They didn't dare to attack rashly, but they refused to retreat. Like a pack of hounds eyeing their prey, waiting for Dragon Mother to bleed out and die. I clenched my teeth so hard, my nails dug into my flesh. With my current body as thick as an arm and half a meter long, charging in would just be a snack for the sharks. Not even enough for a single bite. But Dragon Mother's aura was growing weaker. The 8 sharks had begun to tighten the encirclement. They were testing, waiting for Dragon Mother to completely collapse. I had to break the stalemate. Just then, from the corner of my eye, I spotted the floating shark corpse nearby. The thick smell of blood nearly solidified the seawater into gel. This is an opportunity. My eyes lit up. Taking advantage of my small size, I silently slipped into an underwater current. Using the murky blood as cover, I slowly circled behind the shark group. The shark corpse was less than 3 meters away. The moment I opened my mouth to bite, a cold mechanical voice suddenly exploded in my mind. The Infinite Devouring System has been activated. Host detected. Deadly predicament. Newbie gift pack automatically distributed. Core ability, devour everything, evolve infinitely. First devour triggers 10 times critical hit. I froze completely. I had been reborn for 18 years, mocked for 18 years. Finally, my golden finger had arrived. No time to rejoice. I immediately activated devour in my mind, targeting the Sea King shark corpse. 10 times critical hit activated. The next second, an incredibly mysterious suction force erupted from my small mouth. The dozens of meters long shark corpse before me visibly shrank at an astonishing speed. Vast and pure flesh and blood energy surged into my body like a tsunami. Devoured Sea King shark corpse triggered 10 times critical hit. Obtained 15,000 evolution points. First evolution conditions met. Evolve immediately. Evolve now. Right away! I screamed inwardly. At that moment, one shark closest to me seemed to sense something behind it. It whipped its head around. Its bloodshot eyes locked onto me. A low growl escaped its mouth. Damn, I've been discovered? The other 7 sharks instantly became alert. They all turned around simultaneously. 8 pairs of bloodlust eyes in the pitch black abyss shone like lanterns. The terrifying killing intent like a tide instantly engulfed me. But I had no time to react. The system's prompt boomed in my mind. Evolution begins. A violent, overwhelming energy exploded within me. My body, originally only half a meter long, soft and limp like a snake, instantly swelled. It surged from half a meter to a length of 10 meters. The original soft skin shed instantly, replaced by a pitch black, metallic shining scale armor. First evolution complete. Current form Black Venom Dragon, perfect. A flash of cold light shone in my eyes. The shark that had first discovered me had already opened its massive jaws, lunging at me. Its sharp teeth traced pale lines in the seawater, moving at extreme speed. But in my eyes, its movement was as if slowed down tenfold. That was the perception boost from evolution. I twisted my body, easily dodging its bite like a phantom. Then I whipped my tail with immense force, striking its flank. A deafening boom! The dozens of meters long shark was sent flying sideways by my blow. It slammed into the abyss's stone wall, its head shattered into pieces. It died without even a cry. Killed Raging Sea Shark. Obtained 3,000 evolution points. Critical hit bonus 2,000 evolution points. One hit instant kill. The remaining 7 sharks, seeing this, flew into a rage. They abandoned their siege on Dragon Mother and charged at me like madmen. Their massive bodies churned the seawater, creating terrifying whirlpools. Just as I wanted, I sneered coldly. As long as I lured them away from Dragon Mother, she would be temporarily safe. I deliberately showed a flaw, baiting the leading shark to attack. The moment it thought it succeeded, I suddenly accelerated. My entire body shot out like a black sword. My 2 venomous fangs pierced its left eye with precision. The fangs penetrated the eyeball, deep into its brain. The terrifying venom exploded instantly. The shark convulsed violently, black blood flowing from its 7 orifices. Within 2 seconds, it was dead. Killed Sea King Shark. Obtained 3,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 23,001 over 1,000. Current purification points 23,001,000. Conditions for second evolution met. I was overjoyed. This devouring system was simply tailor-made for me. The remaining 6 sharks finally felt bone-deep fear. They wildly waved their tails and began to retreat. They wanted to escape this chilling sea. Run. My killing intent surged. These were all mobile evolution points. Gift-wrapped. Why let them go? Just as I was about to chase, a painful dragon roar came from Dragon Mother's side. I jerked my head around, taking advantage of the shark's distraction. Dragon Mother suddenly burst out with her last bit of strength. She smashed the head of the nearest shark, but that blow also exhausted her remaining power. Her body began to shake violently. Blood gushed even more fiercely from the wound on her reverse scales. She fell toward the seabed, like a kite with a broken string. No, Dragon Mother can't hold on. The remaining 5 sharks immediately noticed this. The fear in their eyes vanished, replaced by even crazier greed. An injured true dragon. That was an ultimate tonic to elevate them instantly. The 5 sharks turned at once, madly lunging at Dragon Mother. Their gaping jaws were about to bite into her defenseless body. My eyes blazed with fury. I swam toward Dragon Mother with all my might, but it was too far. I couldn't make it in time. At that critical moment, I caught sight of a region deep in the abyss, an area shimmering with purple-black mist, the 10,000 Poison Marsh. I instantly recalled what Dragon Mother had told me. Deep in the black abyss, there was a naturally formed 10,000 Poison Marsh. The miasma there was extremely toxic. Even a true dragon would shed its skin if it entered. Even she usually avoided it. Got it. I took a deep breath. I twisted my body around. Instead of swimming toward Dragon Mother, I madly dashed toward the 10,000 Poison Marsh. The 5 sharks, seeing this, hesitated for a moment, but seeing the defenseless true dragon so close, they ultimately gave up chasing me. They all pounced on Dragon Mother. "You're asking for death," Dragon Mother roared, forcing herself to raise her dragon claw and strike down. She crushed the head of the nearest shark into pulp, but that blow completely ruptured the wound on her reverse scales. Her entire dragon body trembled violently. She no longer had the strength to lift her claws. The last 4 sharks, seeing their comrade die, instead of being afraid, became even crazier. Their eyes bloodshot, they bit at Dragon Mother. Just then, I had reached the edge of the 10,000 Poison Marsh. I opened my mouth wide and began frantically devouring the poisonous miasma. The system prompt rang out wildly. Devoured 10,000 poison miasma, acquired poison immunity. Passive skill awakened venom spit. Devoured miasma max level, obtained 5,000 evolution points. I turned back sharply, rushing toward the battlefield at 3 times my previous speed. I blocked the 4 sharks from behind. "Want to touch my mother? You'll have to get through me first," I roared, opening my mouth. A thick, inky, purple-black mist erupted forth. It enveloped the four sharks. Ear-piercing screams erupted. Their skin visibly festered. Scales fell off in large patches. Flesh and blood became a blur. Even their bones began to corrode. They crazily tried to escape the mist, but I held the exit. Come one, die one. Come two, die two. Poison breath. Tail slams. Every part of my body became a lethal weapon. Within a minute, all four sharks fell in the mist. Dead. Killed 4 raging sea sharks, obtained 12,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 40,000 and 1 over 100,000. Evolution points sufficient. Evolved to second form immediately. I didn't evolve right away. Instead, I rushed to Dragon Mother first. I used my body to support her massive falling form. Mother Dragon! Are you okay? My voice trembled. Seeing her pale dragon face, my heart felt like it was being crushed. 18 years of nurturing, 18 years of silent protection. I could not let her come to harm. Dragon Mother opened her eyes with difficulty and looked at me. Her dim dragon eyes suddenly shone with unbelievable light. She reached out a dragon claw and gently touched my black scales. Her hand was trembling. Little Nine, is that you? Her voice was filled with relief and undeniable heartache. My little Nine has grown up. Your mother protected you for 18 years. Today you saved your mother. My nose stung. I almost shed tears. Don't talk now. I'll take you back to the dragon lair to heal. I turned to look at the 8 shark corpses scattered on the seabed. I opened my mouth and activated the devouring system. Waves of vast energy crazily poured into my body. Devoured 8 raging sea shark corpses. Obtained 24,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 64,002 over 200,000. Conditions for second evolution met. Starting automatic evolution. An excruciating pain hit me. My entire body trembled violently. The black scales on my body cracked and fell off one by one, replaced by a layer of pale golden, shiny juvenile dragon scales. On top of my head, 2 small bumps suddenly split open, growing a pair of inch-long black dragon horns. My abdomen also bulged with 4 flesh lumps that instantly tore, growing 4 limbs with sharp dragon claws. Although my body was still far smaller than Dragon Mother's, that true dragon's pressure already emanated from me continuously. Second evolution complete. Current form Black Dragon Cub. Dragon Bloodline concentration increased to 15%. Awaken skill True Dragon Breath Basic. Dragon Might Shock Intermediate. Water Control Mastery Max. Current combat power assessment. Can fight an ordinary flood dragon head on. When I opened my eyes, I met Dragon Mother's complex gaze. In it were shock, happiness, but more than anything, deep worry. Child, the aura on you. Dragon Mother hesitated. This evolution speed is unheard of. It will likely bring great trouble. What trouble? I immediately became alert. Dragon Mother shook her head. Now is not the time to talk. First return to the dragon lair. Your brothers and sisters are probably already in chaos. And those elders of the clan, if they learn that you have awakened true dragon blood, the elders, if they find out you've awakened true dragon blood, who knows what cunning schemes they'll hatch. I nodded. I pressed my body close against Dragon Mother, helping to support her weight, and slowly swam toward the East Sea Dragon Palace. When we returned to the Nine Sons Hall, my 8 siblings were pacing anxiously at the entrance. Seeing us return, they rushed up. Mother, are you okay? The eldest brother spoke first. But as soon as he spoke, his eyes fell on me. He froze completely. His eyes widened like copper bells. Is this little Nine? The second sister's eyes widened, and she circled me in disbelief several times. Impossible. Before he was just a black loach that couldn't even grow scales. In less than an hour, how did he grow dragon horns and claws? The fifth sister's eyes even reddened. She was the only one who had secretly saved deep-sea spirit shrimp for me before. Now looking at me, her voice choked. Little Nine, did you really awaken your bloodline? Looking at the 8 siblings, who had once bullied and beaten me, now all hanging their heads like guilty children, their faces full of unease and guilt. The resentment in my heart instantly dissipated. Forget it! I waved a claw. We are family. Let the past be past. Right now, Mother needs to heal. If her aura leaks out, the surrounding sea beasts that have been eyeing us, and those elders in the clan with ill intentions, will definitely take the chance to rebel. The damn elders will surely cause trouble. What we need to do now is guard the Dragon Palace, until Mother comes out. The 8 siblings instantly straightened their backs. That's right, guard the Dragon Palace. Wait for Mother to come out. But at that moment, hurried footsteps came from outside the hall. A patrol shrimp soldier stumbled in, his face pale, his voice trembling. 9 princes. It's bad, all the sea beasts within 100 li have rebelled. The king squid with 3,000 sea beasts has already reached the Dragon Palace gate, and the Great Elder is outside with the clan's enforcement squad, demanding to see you. The 8 siblings' faces turned ashen. The eldest brother clenched his dragon claws. Damn it, those scum! Usually, they wouldn't dare come within 100 miles of the palace gate. Now that they know Mother is injured, they dare to rebel. And the Great Elder, that old bastard is here to kick us while we're down. The second sister gritted her teeth. What do we do? Mother is healing now! She absolutely cannot be disturbed. We can't win in a direct fight! I spoke calmly. The King Squid brought 3,000 sea beasts. The Great Elder has the enforcement squad watching. There are only 9 of us. A direct fight would just exhaust us to death. We split into 2 groups. Eldest brother take 3 siblings to the hall entrance and stall the Great Elder. Remember, only talk, no fighting? Delay as long as possible. Second sister, take the rest and follow me. We'll use the Dragon Palace's 9-bend corridor terrain to set traps and ambush them. Use minimal cost to annihilate these rebellious scum. The 8 siblings listened without hesitation, nodding in unison. Good, we'll do as you say. Within half an hour, we had turned the 9-bend corridor into an iron fortress, full of deadly traps. Sharp bone spurs were buried on the seabed, slimy seaweed lined the walls, and boulders were set above the corridor to fall. We just waited for those sea beasts to enter. Just then, a deafening roar came from the palace gate, followed by dense water currents. 3,000 sea beasts surged in like a tide. Leading them was a giant squid over 30 meters long, with 8 thick tentacles, each as wide as a water vat, its suckers full of sharp barbs. It was the King Squid. Charge! The King Squid roared. The Dragon Mother is heavily injured and in seclusion. The Dragon Palace is now an empty shell. Charge in. A bite of true dragon flesh, and you'll ascend instantly. The first one in gets 1,000 years of cultivation. The 3,000 sea beasts' eyes turned bloodshot. They madly rushed into the 9-bend corridor. Crabs, lobsters, sea, snakes, eels, densely packed filling the entire corridor. They're coming. I crouched at the top of the corridor, a cold light flashing to my eyes. Release it. As the words fell, my second sister pressed the mechanism. The Dragon Palace is now an empty shell. The flesh and blood of the true dragon is inside. One bite can make you soar to the heavens. Those who charge at the front will be rewarded with 1,000 years of cultivation. 3,000 sea beasts instantly reddened their eyes. Like mad, they charged several rows towards the 9th corridor. Crabs and lobsters. Sea serpent shop. Densely packed, they blocked the entire corridor. I came and crouched in the corridor. I crouched at the top of the corridor. A flash of light in my eyes. Release. As soon as the words fell. Second sister immediately pressed the mechanism. The stone ceiling above opened instantly. Countless stone drums carrying poisonous water with seaweed fell like a waterfall. The hundreds of sea beasts charging at the front were instantly drenched by the poisonous water, letting out shrill screams. Their bodies rotted at a visible speed, dying on the spot. Damn it, Mirror Wu the Bandit King roared, charge! To stop them, they only have 9 people. We'll wear them down and kill them! The remaining sea beasts charged forward with red eyes, but they barely took 2 steps. When they stepped on the sharp bone spikes we buried at the bottom, the sharp bone spikes instantly pierced through their bellies. Blood instantly dyed the seawater red, but there were too many sea beasts. One batch died, another batch charged up. They pressed forward fearlessly, unafraid of death. Soon, some sea beasts broke through the line and rushed toward us. Second sister led the younger siblings and charged up immediately, standing together with the sea beasts. Second sister's dragon claw slammed down hard. With one strike, she crushed the shell of a giant crab. But immediately after, 3 sea snakes came from the side, biting hard into her dragon scale armor. Wu Mei wanted to rescue her, but was surrounded by over a dozen electric eels. The dragon scales on her body were scorched black from the electricity, and she was clamped by the pincers of 2 giant lobsters, grinning in pain. If this continued, they would eventually be worn down. I couldn't wait any longer. All of you fall back. I let out a roar. My entire body shot into the enemy formation, like a black bolt of lightning. A giant lobster swung its huge pincer at me. I didn't dodge or evade, letting the huge pincer smash onto my dragon scales. With a crisp crack, the huge pincer broke apart, and my dragon scales didn't even leave a white mark. This is the defense power after purification. I opened my mouth wide and sank my venomous fangs deep into the lobster's forehead. The deadly poison erupted instantly. The giant lobster didn't even have time to struggle. Before collapsing, killed giant lobster gained 800 evolution points. I didn't stop, my tail swept fiercely, sending over a dozen sea beasts flying. Then I opened my mouth wide and activated the devour system. A terrifying suction force erupted from my mouth. The corpses of the sea beasts I had killed shrank at a visible speed, turning into pure energy that surged into my body. Devoured sea beast corpses gained 5,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 6,900,500,000. Conditions for third evolution met. With a continuous supply of energy, my combat power did not drop but instead rose. Fighting fiercely in the enemy formation, each attack could take the lives of several sea beasts. Wherever my venomous fangs passed, none survived. Wherever my dragon tail swept, corpses lay everywhere. In less than a quarter of an hour, the 3,000 sea beasts that had charged in were all slaughtered by me. The entire 9-turn corridor was filled with sea beast remains. Blood dyed the seawater a deep red. Slaughtered rebel sea beasts gained 36,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 105,500,000. Evolution points sufficient. Proceed with third evolution immediately. I didn't evolve immediately. Instead, I turned to look at the group behind me. They were all lying on the ground exhausted, their bodies covered in wounds, scales shattered, blood flowing profusely. But the look in their eyes at me was full of shock and worship. Little ninth big brother opened his mouth, but couldn't say a word for a long time. He had just dragged the great elder back, and happened to see the scene of me slaying 3,000 sea beasts. He was completely stunned. "Are you all right?" I swam over and looked at the wounds on their bodies. Frowning, "Go back and heal first. Leave this to me." Just then, the seawater in the distance suddenly became extremely turbid. A terrifying aura that was 10 times stronger than the Octopus King was approaching the Dragon Palace at great speed. Big Brother's face instantly turned pale. "This aura, it's the old octopus monster from the Black Abyss. Why is he here?" "The old octopus monster. Why is he here?" "The old octopus monster." My heart tightened. "What is that?" "That's an old monster that's lived in the Black Abyss for over 10,000 years. Second sister's voice was trembling. "His strength is 100 times stronger than the Octopus King from before, and he's mutated 8 tentacles. Impervious to weapons, and he can spray ink poison. Even when Mom was here, he would occasionally come to provoke the Dragon Palace. Rumor has it he's already half a step into the Flood Dragon realm." Before the words fell, a huge dark shadow had already appeared at the entrance of the 9-turn corridor. It was a giant octopus 50 meters long, 8 thick tentacles, each thicker than my entire body, covered in strange purple patterns, exuding a nauseating blood stench. It was the mutant octopus leader. "So it's you, little brat, who killed my men?" The octopus leader's voice was hoarse. His 8 tentacles writhed wildly in the seawater, a pair of blood-red eyes fixed on me. "Quite bold, aren't you? How dare you touch my territory?" "Your men," I sneered. "Those rebellious scum, did you send them?" "Who else?" The octopus leader laughed wildly. "Long Wu is severely injured and in seclusion. I happened to use those worthless fools to test the waters. I didn't expect the EC Dragon Palace actually produced so many freaks, but it doesn't matter. Today, you 9 little brats, and that heavily injured Long Wu inside all of you must die." Before the words fell, the octopus leader suddenly burst into action. 8 tentacles shot out like 8 black spears, heading straight for the 8 older siblings behind me. "No way." Big Brother roared and charged forward to intercept, but he underestimated the octopus leader's speed. 2 tentacles suddenly changed direction and slammed hard onto Big Brother's body. With a loud bang, Big Brother's entire dragon body was sent flying, crashing heavily into the stone wall. Large patches of his dragon scales shattered. Blood sprayed out instantly. He fainted on the spot. "Big Brother?" My eyes split with fury. I charged at the octopus leader like a madman, but the octopus leader didn't give me a chance. The remaining 6 tentacles all wrapped around me. I dodged desperately, but still 2 tentacles tightly coiled around my body. A terrifying crushing force came. My dragon scales emitted cracking sounds, as if they would shatter in the next second. "Oh, if this continues, I'll be crushed to death." At that critical moment, the system prompt suddenly sounded in my mind. Ding detected that the host's life is under lethal threat. Willing to consume 10,000 purification points to activate the ultimate skill Ancestral Dragon Rage. Ancestral Dragon Rage. All attributes increased by 300%. Duration 5 minutes. Devouring targets extends duration. No side effects. Activate immediately. I screamed madly in my heart. The next second, a destructive, earth-shattering power exploded within my body. My eyes turned blood red. The scales on my body glowed with an eerie black-red light. My strength, speed, and defense instantly tripled. "Let go of me," I roared. My body shook violently, and I actually broke free from the tentacle's grip. Then I opened my mouth wide and sank my venomous fangs deep into one of the tentacles. Crack the fangs penetrated the tentacle's flesh. The deadly poison erupted instantly. That tentacle rotted at a visible speed. The octopus leader let out a shrill scream, trying to retract the tentacle, but there was no way I was letting go. I held the tentacle in a death grip, spinning my body wildly. A crisp snap was heard. The thick tentacle was torn clean off by me. Purple-black blood gushed out. Severed octopus leader tentacle gained 2,000 evolution points. Devoured tentacle flesh gained mutation regeneration. Passive damage limbs can regenerate instantly. The octopus leader was completely enraged. The remaining 7 tentacles, like mad, all came crashing toward me, but under the Ancestral Dragon Rage state, his movement seemed as slow as a snail to me. Each time I could dodge his attacks, at the very last moment, while counterattacking and biting off his tentacles, in less than 2 minutes, I had bitten off another 4 of his tentacles. The octopus leader finally felt a bone-deep fear. He began to retreat frantically, trying to escape the sea area, trying to run. Dream on. My killing intent surged. I knew if I let him escape today, once he recovered, he would definitely return and cause even greater trouble for the Dragon Palace. I used all my strength and bit down hard on his last remaining main tentacle. Then, like a madman, I dragged him deep into the 9-turn corridor, where sharp bone spikes were everywhere. A perfect slaughterhouse. The octopus leader struggled desperately. His remaining 2 tentacles whipped wildly at my body. But I clenched my jaw and refused to let go. Even though my dragon scales were shattered by the whipping, and blood flowed freely, I never let go. Finally, I dragged him into the area with the densest spikes. It was extremely narrow here. His huge body couldn't maneuver at all. I let go, and with a flash dodged behind a huge rock. The octopus leader chased after me, but his body got stuck in the narrow passage, unable to move. Seizing the opportunity, I continuously attacked from various angles. Each strike managed to bite off one of his tentacles, or leave a deep visible wound on his body. In less than a minute, the octopus leader's last 2 tentacles were also bitten off by me. This ancient beast that had lived for over 10,000 years finally completely lost its combat power. Its huge body slumped weakly onto the bone spikes, barely alive. I didn't hesitate at all. I opened my mouth and activated the Devour ability. A terrifying suction force erupted. The octopus leader's huge body shrank at a visible speed. Vast amounts of energy surged into me. Devoured the octopus leader. Gained 50,000 purification points. Current purification points 155,000, 100,000. Conditions for third purification met. Beginning automatic purification. A sharp pain hit me. My body began to undergo drastic changes again. The horns on my head grew thicker, splitting into 2 branches. The black scales on my body shed, replaced by a set of dazzling golden dragon scales. 4 claws became 5 claws. My body expanded to 30 meters in length. The pressure of a true dragon instantly swept through the entire EC Dragon Palace. Third purification complete. Current form 5-clawed golden dragon cub. Dragon bloodline concentration increased to 35%. Awaken skill Ancestral Dragon Breath. Dragon Might Suppression Advanced Adamantine Body Beginner. Current combat power assessment can fight an ordinary true dragon. Just then, the effect of Ancestral Dragon Rage wore off. An intense wave of weakness hit me. My body started to sway. My vision also blurred. Second sister and Wu Mei rushed over quickly, supporting me. Are you okay? I shook my head. Just as I was about to speak, I saw a patrol shrimp soldier rolling and crawling toward us, his face pale, his voice breaking. Ninth Prince bad news. The Great Elder led the law enforcement team in rebellion. He opened the Dragon Palace's protective mountain array, the Abyssal Flood Dragon, from the Black Abyss with over 10,000 sea beasts, has completely surrounded the Dragon Palace. What the 8 older siblings instantly turned pale, trembling all over. The Abyssal Flood Dragon. Big Brother's voice was shaking. That demonic half-step true dragon. Why is he here? My heart tightened. Half-step true dragon? That's only 1 step away from entering the true dragon realm. Even Mom at her peak could only tie with him. And now Mom is still in seclusion healing. Plus, the traitor Great Elder, colluding from within and without the Dragon Palace, is in danger. Just then, an icy extreme pressure instantly enveloped the entire Dragon Palace. The temperature of the seawater dropped to freezing point. A deep, hoarse voice echoed through the Dragon Palace like a curse. Dragon Mother, this lord has arrived. Hand over your true dragon origin in the calming sea pearl, and this lord will spare your East Sea Dragon clan's entire family. Otherwise, today this lord will bathe the East Sea Dragon Palace in blood. I led the 8 older siblings and immediately rushed out of the 9-turn corridor. Arriving at the Dragon Palace gate, the sight before us made all of us gasp in shock. The sea outside the Dragon Palace was densely packed with sea beasts. Giant sharks, octopuses, sea snakes, giant crabs stretching as far as the eye could see. At least over 10,000 of them. At the lead was a 100-meter-long black flood dragon, its body covered in scales with blood-red patterns. A curved horn on its head, its eyes blood-red, exuding a suffocating demonic aura. It was the Abyssal Flood Dragon. Beside him stood the great elder of the East Sea Dragon clan. That old slave with pure white hair now had a face full of flattering smiles. Bowing and scraping to the Abyssal Flood Dragon, his gaze swept over us. Finally landing on me, a trace of surprise flashed in his eyes. I didn't expect. The East Sea Dragon Palace actually produced a 5-clawed golden dragon cub. Interesting, very interesting. What exactly do you want? I stepped forward and looked at him coldly. Hongwu is in seclusion. If you have any business, come at me. Come at you! The Abyssal Flood Dragon laughed wildly. With a newly evolved little brat like you, this lord came today to take Longwu's true dragon origin as long as I devour her primal energy. This lord can step into the true dragon realm in one go and become the master of the 4 seas. Master of the 4 seas. I already knew that, I said coldly. The previous riot at Cracked Sea, and the rebellious sea beasts you sent them all, right? And the Great Elder is also a spy you planted in the Dragon Clan. Right, that's right. The Abyssal Flood Dragon admitted disdainfully. Too bad those useless fools couldn't even handle a wounded dragon mother. But it doesn't matter. Today this lord acts personally. No one can stop me. As his words fell, the 10,000 sea beasts behind him instantly became restless, letting out deafening roars. About to charge toward the Dragon Palace. Defend the Dragon Palace, I roared. Unleashing my full dragon might, the pressure of the 5-clawed golden dragon exploded instantly. Those sea beasts charging at the front were immediately crushed to the ground by the dragon might, trembling, afraid to move forward. You do have some skill, said the Abyssal Flood Dragon with a hint of surprise in his eyes. But in the face of absolute power, everything is futile. He suddenly took a step forward. The pressure of a true dragon exploded instantly, crushing down on us like Mount Tai. My 8 older siblings and I were instantly choked, barely able to breathe. Our knees went weak, almost falling. At that critical moment, from deep within the Dragon Palace, a long, majestic dragon roar suddenly rang out. Then a dazzling golden pillar of light shot up from the healing chamber, illuminating the entire East Sea Dragon Palace. She was awake. Her massive golden dragon body slowly swam out from the depth of the palace. Although her injuries were not fully healed, blood still seeped from the wound at her reverse scale. But the overwhelming pressure of a true dragon still made all the sea beasts tremble. Abyssal Flood Dragon Mother's voice boomed like thunder. You have audacity daring to break into my East Sea Dragon Palace. Harm my children. Collude with a traitor. Do you really think my East Sea Dragon clan is defenseless? The Abyssal Flood. Dragon's eyes flickered with fear for a moment, but it was quickly replaced by greed. A wounded true dragon still dares to show off in front of this lord. Today your true dragon origin. This lord will take it, the 9 of you go now. Dragon Mother suddenly turned to look at us, her eyes filled with determination. Leave the East Sea. Go to the Heavenly Court and find your uncle. He will protect you. Go. Mom, the 9 of us shouted at the same time. We're not leaving. If we go together. This is fate. Dragon Mother roared. Ignoring me any further, she charged straight at the Abyssal Flood Dragon. The 2 massive beings collided violently in the seawater, emitting a deafening roar. Dragon Mother's claw slammed hard onto the Abyssal Flood Dragon's body, shattering his scales, blood flowing freely. But the Abyssal Flood Dragon was no pushover either. The single horn on his head glowed with an eerie black light, piercing fiercely toward Dragon Mother's belly. Dragon Mother barely dodged the vital point. But the horn still left, a deep bone-exposing wound on her body. The old wound at her reverse scale burst open instantly. Blood gushed out like a fountain. Go, Dragon Mother roared at us. Mom will buy you time. Go, big brother with red eyes grabbed little ninth firmly. Mom is buying us time, no. I'm not going. I shook off Big Brother's hand. Mom's wounds haven't healed yet. She's no match for the Abyssal Flood Dragon. If we leave, Mom will die for sure. Just then, Dragon Mother let out a pained dragon roar. The Abyssal Flood Dragon seized the opportunity. His tail slammed hard into Dragon Mother's reverse scale. Dragon Mother was sent flying like a broken kite, crashing heavily into the stone wall of the Dragon Palace. A mouthful of golden dragon blood sprayed out. So this is all a wounded true dragon amounts to. The Abyssal Flood Dragon laughed wildly, pouncing again toward Dragon Mother, his horn flashing with deadly black light, about to pierce through Dragon Mother's head. Mom, I couldn't hold back anymore. Ignoring the 8 older siblings' attempts to stop me like a shooting star, I charged into the battlefield. Using my small size to my advantage, I dove into the shadows on the seabed, silently circling around behind the Abyssal Flood Dragon. At the moment his horn was about to strike Dragon Mother, I suddenly leaped up and slashed my 5 claws deep into his belly. Biting down hard with my venomous fangs, the poison fangs pierced through the scales. The poison fangs directly penetrated his scales, carving a long bloody gash across his belly. The Abyssal Flood Dragon let out a painful scream. Spinning around abruptly, his tail slammed toward me viciously. I tried to dodge, but a half-step true dragon is too fast. With a loud bang, the tail struck me squarely. I felt as if all my bones were shattered. My entire dragon body flew out, like a broken kite, crashing heavily into the stone wall. The intense pain nearly made me lose consciousness. My vision blurred. I could feel my life rapidly fading away. Little 9 Dragon Mother let out a heart-wrenching dragon roar. The next second, a terrifying, earth-shattering aura erupted from her body. Her form began to burn with blazing golden flames. That was the true dragon's lifeblood. "You dare kill my child!" Dragon Mother roared. The dragon claw, burning with life essence blood, slammed fiercely at the Abyss Flood Dragon. The power of this strike was more than 10 times stronger than before. The Abyss Flood Dragon's face changed drastically, but it was too late to dodge. The dragon claw slammed heavily onto his horn, with a crisp cracking sound. That horn he prided himself on. The Abyss Flood Dragon let out a piercing scream, and quickly retreated. Damn it, the true dragon actually burned his life essence blood. He knew that a true dragon who burned life essence blood, a true dragon with life essence blood, even if severely injured, was not something they could handle. The Abyss Flood Dragon gave an order and led his sea beast army to flee into the distance like the wind. Dragon Mom did not pursue. She held on with her last breath and swam to my side, gently lifting my broken body with her dragon claw. Golden tears fell from her eyes. "Child, don't be afraid! Mom is here." "Dragon." Mom's voice grew weaker and weaker. The golden flame on her body was slowly extinguishing. "Mom, I'm sorry I struggled to speak. It was me who held you back." "Silly child dragon," Mom gently stroked my face. "This is not your fault. Mom is useless. Can't even protect her own child. In these 18 years, Mom never let you have a good day. Never let you sit proudly as a dragon." As she spoke, Dragon Mom suddenly opened her mouth wide. A dazzling golden orb of light slowly flew out from her mouth. That was the true dragon origin, the foundation of a dragon clan's cultivation. Without the origin, the dragon clan would completely lose their cultivation and might even wither and die. "Mom, no?" I desperately tried to shake my head and push away that orb of light, but my body could not move at all. "Child, this is the last thing Mom can do for you." Dragon Mom's voice grew weaker and weaker. "Take Mom's origin and live well. Protect your brothers and sisters. Guard the East Sea Dragon Palace. Remember, you were born a true dragon, never a failure." With those words, the true dragon origin instantly merged into my body. A surge of unimaginably vast energy flooded through my entire body. My consciousness was instantly consumed by this energy. Detected host merging with true dragon origin. System begins ultimate upgrade. Unlocking hidden ultimate ability. Ultimate Devour can devour all living beings. Origin rule, divine power converts into self-purifying energy. No upper limit, no side effects. Detected host body severely damaged. True dragon origin auto repairing. Main repair progress 10%, 30%. The intense pain gradually faded, replaced by an unprecedented sense of fullness. I could clearly feel every inch of flesh and blood in my body regenerating, every bone reshaping, every drop of blood boiling. But when my consciousness finally cleared and I looked at Dragon Mom, my heart felt as if it was being torn apart. The pain almost suffocated me. Dragon Mom lay limp at the bottom of the sea, her massive body motionless. The golden flame on her body had completely extinguished. Her breathing was so faint it was almost imperceptible. Even her eyes were closed, as if she were dead. I rushed over like a madman, gently touching her body with my dragon claw. I felt a faint heartbeat. "She's alive! She's alive!" Mom, big brother, and second sister also rushed over, gathered around Dragon Mom, all crying heartbreakingly. "What's wrong with Mom? Why isn't she moving? She's just exhausted." "She's still alive." I held back the tears in my eyes, my voice hoarse. "But her life force is too weak. If she can't recover soon..." I'm afraid I didn't finish. But everyone understood what I meant. Dragon Mom burned her life essence blood to save me, and transferred all her remaining true dragon origin to me. Now she is like an oil lamp about to go out, ready to fade away at any moment. It's all my fault. I lowered my head. Hot tears fell down. If I hadn't acted impulsively, Mom wouldn't be like this. Don't say that. Big brother patted my shoulder, his voice hoarse. "Mom did this to protect us. It's not your fault alone." Just then, from the darkness in the distance, suddenly came a cold laugh. What a touching motherly love. The Abyss Flood Dragon's voice rang out again, but unfortunately, your mother is at her last gasp. Once I recover a bit from my injury, I'll come and claim all your happiness. He hadn't gone far. He was hiding in the shadows watching, waiting for Dragon Mom to die completely, waiting for us to be exhausted. Damn it! Big Brother gritted his teeth. Damn it! Big Brother gritted his teeth. I looked up into the depths of the darkness, my eyes full of cold killing intent. I knew he was waiting for Dragon Mom to die completely, waiting for us to lose all resistance. We must hold the Dragon Palace, I said in a low voice, at least until Mom wakes up. Until I fully merge with the true dragon origin. But how long can we hold out? Second sister said worriedly. The Abyss Flood Dragon is a half-step true dragon. Even if all 9 of us join forces, we can't defeat him. And there's the traitor Great Elder lurking nearby. Then we fight to the last moment. I looked at my 8 brothers and sisters, my eyes full of determination. Mom gave everything for us. Now it's our turn to protect her. The 8 of them exchanged looks and nodded in unison, their eyes full of resolve. Even if we die, we must hold the Dragon Palace and protect Mom. Just then, the true dragon origin inside me suddenly began to surge wildly, merging with the massive purification points accumulated in the system. A strong wave of drowsiness washed over me. My eyelids grew heavier and heavier. Little 9, what's wrong? Maime immediately steadied me, her eyes full of worry. I need to sleep for a while. I struggled to speak. The true dragon origin and purification points inside me are too vast. I must enter deep sleep to fully merge and purify them. Otherwise, not only can I not save Mom, I myself will be overwhelmed by this energy. 6th brother immediately panicked. Now the Abyss Flood Dragon is still lurking outside. If you fall asleep, what will we do? I know I looked at them, my eyes full of guilt. I'm counting on you. You must hold the Dragon Palace. Protect, Mom, protect! When I wake up, I will definitely kill the Abyss Flood Dragon and purge the Dragon Clan's traitor and protect our home. Before I could finish speaking, I couldn't hold on any longer. My vision went dark and I fell into deep sleep. A layer of pitch black, golden glowing cocoon grew out of my body, wrapping me completely inside. I lay quietly in the secret chamber of the Dragon Palace. Big Brother, second sister, and the others gathered around the cocoon, their eyes full of worry and determination. Little 9 will definitely wake up, Big Brother said in a deep voice. I can feel inside the cocoon, there is an increasingly powerful life force. He is evolving. He is becoming stronger. That's right. Second sister nodded. Now what we need to do is guard this place. Guard Mom and guard Little 9 until he wakes up. Just then, outside the secret chamber, suddenly came a dense chorus of roars. Here they come. It's the Abyss Flood Dragon's minions. The 3 of them exchanged looks and gripped their dragon heads tightly, then turned and rushed out of the secret chamber. The remaining 5 younger siblings had already led the remaining shrimp soldiers and were fighting the sea beasts that had rushed in, blocking the entrance. Big Brother roared and charged out first. With one strike, he crushed the head of a giant shark. A brutal defensive battle thus began. Over the next 3 days, the Abyss Flood Dragon continuously sent sea beasts to attack. Each attack was more ferocious than the last. The number of sea beasts grew larger, and their strength grew stronger. Big Brother, second sister, and the others fought with all their might to defend the Dragon Palace, guarding the secret chamber where Mom and I were. Their wounds grew more numerous, scales shattered in large pieces, blood dripping. One of Big Brother's dragon claws was bitten off. One of second sister's eyes was blinded by poison. Mime's half-dragon scales were stripped off. 5th brother's tail was torn apart. The remaining siblings were also severely injured, but none of them retreated. Even if they died, they would hold the Dragon Palace, protect their 9th brother, protect their mother. On the night of the 3rd day, another wave of attacks came. This time 20 mutated sea beasts attacked. Each one's strength was not inferior to the previous octopus leader. The entire Dragon Palace was shaking and crumbling. Damn it, Big Brother coughed up blood. Using his remaining dragon claw, he pressed firmly against the entrance of the secret chamber. Can you hold on? Yes, second sister and the younger siblings said in unison, even though their voices were weak beyond, so weak they could hardly be heard. The battle raged on, darkening the sky and earth. When the last mutated sea beast fell, all 9 siblings collapsed to the ground, too weak to lift their claws. Not a single spot on their bodies was intact. Just then, a terrifying pressure of extreme degree instantly enveloped the entire Dragon Palace. The figure of the Abyss Flood Dragon slowly emerged from the darkness. His injuries had fully recovered. His aura was even stronger than before. Clearly, during these 3 days, he had not only recovered, but also devoured sea beasts to increase his strength. Beside him stood the sinister Great Elder. What touching brotherly love. The Abyssal Flood Dragon sneered and walked step by step toward the secret chamber entrance. But the game is over. He stepped on Big Brother. Big Brother tried to resist, but was pinned to the ground, unable to move. You 9 little ones have done well to hold out this long. The Abyssal Flood Dragon's eyes were full of cruelty, but unfortunately your mother is dead. That little one hiding in the cocoon, who knows when he'll come out? Now it's your turn. Saying this, he raised his claw to kill Big Brother. Stop! Second sister and the younger siblings used their last strength to block in front of Big Brother. If you want to enter the secret chamber, you'll have to step over our dead bodies. As you wish. The Abyssal Flood Dragon sneered and whipped his tail violently. With several loud bangs, all 8 siblings were sent flying, crashing heavily to the ground and fainting. Overestimating yourselves. The Abyssal Flood Dragon sneered, pushed open the door of the secret chamber and walked in. He first saw Dragon Mom, lying motionless on the stone bed. Greed instantly flared in his eyes. Although the true dragon origin is gone, the true dragon's dragon core is still there. Devour this dragon core, and I can still step into the true dragon realm. He opened his bloody mouth wide, ready to bite down and swallow Dragon Mom's dragon core, but just then, from deep inside the secret chamber came a earth-shattering loud noise. The black giant cocoon that enveloped me began to shake violently. Darkness, endless darkness. My consciousness was immersed inside the giant cocoon, feeling within my body vast energy that could destroy heaven and earth. The true dragon origin and the massive purification points accumulated by the system were frantically reshaping my body, rebuilding my blood. Purification, progress, 10%, 20%, 30% with every jump in progress. I could feel my strength exploding. My bones became harder than stars. My scales became sturdier than innate treasures. The dragon bloodline concentration in my blood surged crazily, even in my sleep. I could clearly perceive everything outside. I heard the roars of my brothers and sisters, heard their painful screams, heard their vow to protect me with their lives. They were fighting with all their might to defend me, to defend Mom, to defend our home. Faster. Faster, I screamed in my mind. I must finish the purification as soon as possible. My siblings can't hold on much longer. Purification progress 40%. 50%, 60%. Time ticked away. The sounds of battle outside grew more intense, and also more sparse. I knew my siblings had reached their limit. Damn it, why can't I wake up? I desperately tried to break free from the cocoon, but my body wouldn't obey. Warning host. Forcibly interrupting evolution will cause irreversible bloodline damage. It is recommended to continue the evolution. I gritted my teeth and forced myself to stay calm. The system was right. If I interrupt now, I won't save my siblings and Mom, and will only become a cripple myself. The only way is to finish the purification as soon as possible. Purification, progress, 70%, 80%, 90%. Just then, I sensed the Abyssal Flood Dragon's presence. He had broken into the secret chamber. He was going to harm Mom. No, I can't let him succeed. Purification progress 95%, 96%, 97%, 98%, 99%. Just as the Abyssal Flood Dragon's huge bloody mouth was about to swallow Dragon Mom, purification progress 100%. Congratulations, host has completed ultimate purification. Current form 5-clawed golden dragon. Dragon bloodline concentration increased to 85%. Unlocked divine ability, creation power. Main dragon might, true dragon breath. Time and space dominance. Current combat power assessments. Can fight head-on with a half-step true dragon. An unprecedented surge of power exploded within my body. Break for me, I roared. My body shook violently. Boom! A deafening loud noise. The black giant cocoon instantly shattered. Countless fragments flying in all directions. A dazzling golden pillar of light shot up from the secret chamber into the sky, piercing through the dragon palace, piercing through the sea surface straight into the 9 heavens, illuminating the entire East Sea. I slowly walked out of the light. My body had swelled to 100 meters long, completely covered in golden scales forged like gold. Each scale shone with a sacred radiance. The horns on my head grew thick and majestic, branching into complex forks. 5 sharp dragon claws gleamed with cold light that could tear heaven and earth. A terrifying ancestral dragon might burst forth from me, instantly sweeping across the entire EC, Within 1,000 miles of sea territory, all sea beasts, strong or weak, collapsed to the ground, trembling in fear, not daring to lift their heads. The Abyssal Flood Dragon's movements froze instantly. He slowly turned his head to look at me. When he saw my appearance and felt my pressure, true fear appeared in his eyes for the first time. Even his body began to tremble. 5-clawed golden dragon, his voice trembled. How is this possible? You were just a reborn black mud eel. How could you evolve into a 5-clawed golden dragon? I didn't answer. I just stared at him coldly, my golden eyes filled with unyielding killing intent. You hurt my brothers and sisters, I said slowly. My voice boomed like thunder in the secret chamber. You tried to devour my mother. You destroyed my home with every word. My aura surged higher. The stone walls of the entire chamber began to crack, covered in dense cracks. Now it's time for you to pay the price. Before the words faded, I flickered and appeared instantly in front of the Abyssal Flood Dragon. He didn't even see my movement. My dragon claw had already slammed onto his face. With an earth-shattering boom, the Abyssal Flood Dragon's entire body was sent flying, crashing heavily into the stone wall, creating a huge crater in the wall. Broken stones flew everywhere. No, the Abyssal Flood Dragon spat out a mouthful of black blood, his eyes full of disbelief. How is this possible? How can you have such power? You are too weak, I said coldly, and flickered again. Appearing in front of him once more, your speed is too slow. My 5 claws sank deep into his body. The sharp dragon claws easily tore through his proud scales, leaving 5 deep, bone-deep, bloody marks on him. The Abyssal Flood Dragon let out a piercing scream. He finally understood that the power of this 5-clawed golden dragon in front of him far exceeded his imagination. It wasn't something he could contend with at all. Damn it! A hint of madness flashed in the Abyssal Flood Dragon's eyes. A dense black demonic energy burst from his body. Since I can't beat you, then we die together. He actually wanted to self-destruct his dragon core. The self-destruction of a half-step true dragon's core was enough to reduce the entire East Sea Dragon Palace, along with 100 miles of sea, to nothing. You want to self-destruct dream on. I snorted coldly and flickered again. My 5 claws firmly pinned his body, activating my full ancestral dragon might. A terrifying force surged from my dragon claws, forcibly suppressing the rampaging energy inside him, pushing it all back. What? The Abyss Flood Dragon's eyes were full of terror and despair. You can suppress my self-destruction. I told you are too weak, I said coldly. Then I opened my mouth wide and sank my fangs into his neck. With a tearing sound, my fangs pierced through his scales, injecting not only deadly poison, but also a surge of ancestral dragon origin power specially designed to counter evil. The Abyssal Flood Dragon let out a scream, even more piercing than before. What is this power? Why is my body dissolving my demonic energy? My cultivation, his black scales fell off in large patches. His flesh decayed visibly. All that demonic energy he prided himself on, in the face of the ancestral dragon origin power, was like snow meeting the scorching sun, instantly melting away. I released my bite and stepped on his head, pinning him firmly to the ground. Weren't you arrogant just now? Said you would massacre the East Sea Dragon Palace. Said you would devour my mother's dragon core. Said you would kill my whole family. And now the Abyssal Flood Dragon struggled desperately. But my dragon claw was like a 10,000-ton mountain, crushing him. Pressed him down so he couldn't move. Spare me. He finally panicked and begged for mercy. I was wrong. I shouldn't have set my sights on the East Sea Dragon Palace. I am willing to offer my Dragon Pearl, offer all my cultivation. Please spare my worthless life. Dragon Pearl, I sneered. Do you think I care about that? My mother nearly died protecting me. My brothers and sisters, each guarding me, were all at death's door. My brothers and sisters to protect me. Each suffered severe injuries. Can a single Dragon Pearl make up for all this? The Abyssal Flood Dragon was completely desperate. A flash of final madness appeared in his eyes. Since you won't let me go, then let us die together. He detonated the Dragon Pearl again. This time, he detonated his entire cultivation and life force. Terrifying energy inside his body, madly gathered about to explode. Want to self-destruct? Then let me see how much essence your Dragon Pearl can provide me. I sneered and opened my huge maw. The system's ultimate devouring power erupted instantly. Ding detected high-energy self-destruction reaction. Consume 50,000 evolution points to activate the ultimate divine ability. Swallow heaven and earth. Swallow heaven and earth. Can devour all energy matter and laws, including but not limited to self-destruction and heavenly tribulation. Activating with my own power. I silently recited in my mind. The next second, my mouth opened to an unbelievable extent, as if it could swallow the entire world. A huge black hole formed in my mouth, emitting a terrifying suction that could devour everything. What? The madness in the Abyssal Flood Dragon's eyes instantly turned into extreme terror. What kind of power is this? No, impossible. How can the power of the Dragon Pearl's self-destruction be devoured? He tried to stop the self-destruction, but it was too late. With a roar of earth-shattering magnitude, the Dragon Pearl completely exploded. An earth-shattering roar. The Dragon Pearl completely exploded. Terrifying energy burst out like a volcanic eruption, gushing forth, enough to level the entire EC. The seawater instantly evaporated. The surrounding stone walls instantly turned to dust. But just as this energy was about to spread out, the black hole in my mouth erupted with an even more terrifying suction. All the self-destruction energy, along with the body of the Abyssal Flood Dragon, was completely sucked into the black hole. No, I won't accept this. The Abyssal Flood Dragon let out his final desperate roar I have cultivated for 5,000 years, and finally reached the half-step true dragon realm. How could I die at the hands of you, a newly evolved little creature? But no matter how unwilling he was, it couldn't change the outcome. In the end, the Abyssal Flood Dragon, along with all the energy of his self-destruction, was swallowed by me. Swallowed Abyssal Flood Dragon. Half-step true dragon gained 100,000 evolution points. Swallowed Dragon Pearl self-destruction energy gained 50,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 255,000. 200,000 meets final evolution condition. System begins final upgrade. Upgrade progress 10%. 30%, 50%. Terrifying energy surged wildly inside my body. My body began to glow again. The golden light grew more and more dazzling. Finally, it formed a huge golden cocoon, completely enveloping me. Outside the secret chamber, those outside the secret chamber, the fleeing sea beasts, watched from afar in the direction of the dragon palace. The golden light shooting up to the sky. Their eyes were filled with extreme terror. Their king, the half-step true dragon, Abyssal Flood Dragon, was just swallowed like that, and the being that devoured him was now undergoing its final transformation. Inside the secret chamber, the 8 brothers and sisters slowly woke up, looking at that huge golden cocoon. Their eyes were full of shock and worship. Little 9, just what level is he evolving to? Third brother, I don't know. Big brother shook his head. But I know one thing. The East Sea is about to give birth to a true king. Just then, the golden cocoon suddenly began to tremble violently. A dragon might even more terrifying than before radiated from the golden cocoon. This dragon might even cause the waters of the 4 seas to start boiling for 10,000 miles around. All sea beasts prostrated on the seabed trembling. Even the dragon clans far away in the South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea felt this terrifying pressure, and all looked toward the East Sea. With a crisp crack, the golden cocoon shattered. Countless golden fragments flew in all directions. Like shooting stars, a golden light brighter than the sun shot up into the sky once more, piercing the clouds and illuminating the entire 3 realms. I slowly walked out of the light. My body had swelled to 300 meters long, covered entirely with sacred golden dragon scales. Each scale was inscribed with innate Tao patterns. Most importantly, my dragon claws were no longer 5-clawed, but 9-clawed. On each claw, there were 9 sharp dragon talons, glinting with cold light that could tear space and time. The dragon horns on my head had become ancient and majestic antler shapes. Each branch contained the profound mysteries of creation. System final upgrade complete. Current form, 9-claw golden dragon. Dragon bloodline purity increased to 99%, infinitely close to the primordial ancestral dragon. Unlocked all divine abilities, power of creation, ancestral dragon's pressure. True dragon spit. Space-time travel. Seal 10,000 miles. Swallow heaven and earth. I gently swayed my body. The waters of the entire East Sea instantly surged. A huge whirlpool formed centered on the Dragon Palace. 10,000 zhang in diameter. Bottomless. I restrained my power, and the whirlpool slowly subsided. I turned to look at Mother Dragon on the stone bed, and the 8 severely injured brothers and sisters behind me. I extended my dragon claw. A gentle force of creation surged out, enveloping them. Mother Dragon's faint life force instantly became strong and vibrant. Her injuries healed at a visible speed. The wounds on my 8 brothers and sisters also healed instantly. Broken dragon claws, blinded eyes, torn tails, all restored to their original state. Little 9. Mother Dragon slowly opened her eyes and looked at me. Her eyes were full of relief and pride. My child, you have grown up. You have become a true dragon mom. My nose tingled and I swam over, gently rubbing my head against her dragon body. I'm back, I protected you well. Protected our home well. Just then, the corner of my eye caught sight of the place where the Abyssal Flood Dragon had died. There was a black jade slip and a token engraved with the Heavenly Court's mark. I reached out and summoned them. The jade slip and token flew into my hand. I probed into them with my consciousness. The contents inside made my expression instantly darken. The jade slip contained secret letters from the Great Elder and the Water Virtue Star Lord of the Heavenly Court. So it turns out the Heavenly Court was the mastermind from the very beginning. The Water Virtue Star Lord had coveted the position of East Sea Dragon King for a long time. He colluded with the Great Elder and conspired with the Abyssal Flood Dragon, intending to use the Abyssal Flood Dragon's hand to kill Mother Dragon and all of us. Then, the Water Virtue Star Lord could legitimately take over the East Sea, and that token was a military deployment token of the Heavenly Court. It showed that 100,000 heavenly soldiers and generals had already assembled at the southern Heavenly Gate and would descend to the mortal world soon, under the pretext that the East Sea Dragon Clan had colluded with the demonic path to massacre the East Sea. Good, very good. A cold light flashed in my eyes. I haven't even gone to find you yet, but you are delivering yourself to my doorstep. Just then, a sudden hurried sound of footsteps came from outside the palace. A shrimp soldier stumbled and rushed in, his face pale, his voice trembling. Dragon King. 9 princes and princesses. Bad news, the Dragon Kings of the South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea, leading the armies of the Four Seas Dragon Clan, have arrived at the Dragon Palace Gate. They say that you have awakened as a 9-claw golden dragon, the reincarnation of the primordial ancestral dragon, and wish to honor you as the common lord of the Four Seas. Also, the Heavenly Court's 100,000 heavenly troops have already left the southern Heavenly Gate, heading straight for the East Sea. I slowly raised my head and looked beyond the Dragon Palace into the 9 heavens above. My golden dragon pupils were filled with icy, killing intent and a domineering aura that defied the world. Good, just right. Let's settle old and new scores together. The Heavenly Court owes the East Sea. I will reclaim it all with interest. These 4 seas, these 3 realms should change their master. As my words fell, the 9-claw golden dragon pressure around me exploded again. My golden dragon scales shimmered in the seawater. The waters of the entire East Sea surged rhythmically with the sway of my dragon tail, surging in unison. At the Dragon Palace Gate, the 3 Dragon Kings led the armies of the Four Seas Dragon Clan, all bowed with hands clasped, facing the depths of the Dragon Palace, performing the most respectful Dragon Clan salute. The East Sea Dragon Clan, after 10,000 years, has finally produced the 9-claw golden dragon. This is the first since the primordial ancestral dragon within the Four Seas, the first true dragon with bloodline, purity infinitely close to the ancestral dragon. I swayed my dragon body, leading Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings swaying my dragon whiskers. Leading Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings slowly swam out of the Dragon Palace when my 300-meter-long 9-claw golden dragon true form appeared before the Four Seas Dragon Clan. All dragon clans, old and young, prostrated on the ground, not daring to lift their heads. Even the Dragon Kings of the South Sea, West Sea, and North Sea lowered their proud antlers, their eyes filled with awe. We pay homage to the reincarnation of the ancestral dragon. We pay homage to the common lord of the Four Seas. The 3 Dragon Kings spoke in unison, their voices filled with uncontrollable excitement. The Dragon Clan had been silent for countless eons, finally about to rise again. I slowly swept my gaze over the 3 Dragon Kings. My gaze finally rested on the North Sea Dragon King at the far left. His body trembled slightly. In his eyes, besides reverence, there was also a barely perceptible resistance and panic. North Sea Dragon King. I slowly began to speak. My voice boomed like thunder across the sea surface. I heard that when you learned of my awakening as a 9-claw true dragon, instead of coming to pay homage immediately, you lingered outside the Dragon Palace for 3 hours. What was your intention? The North Sea Dragon King shuddered all over, quickly bowed with clasped hands. Common Lord, please see clearly, I merely was worried that a hasty arrival would disturb the Lord's evolution. I have not the slightest trace of disloyalty. Is that so? I sneered, and with a gentle flick of my dragon tail, a gentle flick, an invisible dragon might, instantly press down on the North Sea Dragon King. His 100-meter-long dragon body was instantly crushed into the seabed, unable to move even a little. The surrounding dragon clans were all shocked. No one expected that I would make a move against the North Sea Dragon King as soon as I appeared, but I heard that just 3 days ago. You sent an envoy to the Heavenly Court to meet with the Water Virtue Star Lord. I slowly continued speaking. With each word, the pressure increased. I wonder what you discussed with the Water Virtue Star Lord. Could you share it with all of us here? The North Sea Dragon King's face turned paper white instantly, his whole body trembling like a sieve, unable to utter a single word. Just then, the West Sea Dragon King stepped forward and bowed to me. Common Lord, please calm your anger. I can testify in this matter. The North Sea Dragon King is not colluding with the Heavenly Court, but rather pretending to. He volunteered to go undercover to the Water Virtue Star Lord. I raised an eyebrow and looked at the West Sea Dragon King. A flicker of surprise in my eyes. This was an unexpected twist. The West Sea Dragon King raised a hand and waved. A crystal appeared in midair, clearly recording the entire conversation between the North Sea Dragon King and the Water Virtue Star Lord's envoy. The entire conversation. It clearly showed that the North Sea Dragon King pretended to ally with the Water Virtue Star Lord in order to extract the deployment plans of the Heavenly Court's 100,000 heavenly troops and all the evidence of the Water Virtue Star Lord's collusion with the Abyssal Flood Dragon. After reading the contents of the crystal, I gently swept my dragon tail and withdrew the pressure from the North Sea Dragon King. I wronged you, I said. My voice softened a little. The North Sea Dragon King quickly looked up, his eyes full of emotion. Common Lord, even if I had the greatest audacity, I would never dare to betray the Common Lord. That Water Virtue Star Lord has wicked ambitions. Not only does he covet the East Sea, but he also wants to turn the entire four seas into his own possession. Even if it costs me my life, I will never let him succeed. Good, I laughed loudly. Truly a son of our dragon clan, with blood and backbone. In that case, today we will settle old grievances and new hatreds together and let the Heavenly Court see that our Four Seas Dragon Clan is not a piece of dough to be kneaded at will. Just then, from the 9 heavens above, a deafening sound of war drums suddenly came. Golden auspicious clouds instantly filled the sky above the East Sea. Countless heavenly soldiers and generals clad in armor, holding weapons, densely appeared above the clouds. Leading them was the Water Virtue Star Lord, the water deity of the Heavenly Court. He wore a water god's robe, held the water-subduing divine whip, and behind him followed the 4 water gods and 100,000 heavenly troops, staring murderously at the surface of the East Sea. Evil creature! The Water Virtue Star Lord roared angrily. His voice spread across the entire East Sea. The dragon fiend of this clan colludes with the demonic path, kills Heavenly Court officials, indulges his subordinates in evil. Today I come by the Jade Emperor's decree to arrest you and bring you to justice. Surrender immediately. Otherwise, today the East Sea will flow with blood, and your East Sea Dragon Clan will be destroyed forever. Upon hearing this, I raised my head and let out a roar that shook the heavens and earth. The waters of the entire East Sea instantly raised towering waves 10,000 jang high, surging toward the 9 heavens. Water Virtue Star Lord, you despicable villain! I sneered, my voice full of mockery. Behind the scenes, you colluded with the Abyssal Flood Dragon to murder the East Sea Dragon King. You wanted to seize the 4 seas. And now you turn around and slander me, saying I collude with the demonic path your face is thicker than the seabed rocks of the East Sea. Thicker than the seabed rocks of the East Sea. How dare you? The Water Virtue Star Lord's face flushed red instantly. He shouted, nonsense! I am a righteous god of the Heavenly Court. How could I collude with demonic fiends? You evil creature dare to slander a Heavenly Court official, adding crime upon crime. Whether it's slander or not, you know in your heart. I raised my hand and waved. The jade slip recorded in his secret letters with the Great Elder instantly flew into the air. Its contents were clearly displayed before all the heavenly soldiers and the Four Seas Dragon Clan. The 100,000 heavenly troops immediately erupted in commotion, looking at each other in bewilderment, their faces full of disbelief. They never imagined that the demonic fiend they were ordered to arrest was actually framed by their own superior, and their commander was the one truly colluding with the demonic paths. The Water Virtue Star Lord looked at the contents of the jade slip, his face instantly turning pale as paper. A flash of panic appeared in his eyes. Impossible! This jade slip was supposed to have been destroyed by me. How is it in your hands? He blurted out. Realizing he had let it slip, his face turned ashen. Ashen! I raised an eyebrow and smiled. So you admit it? The Water Virtue Star Lord came back to his senses, a vicious glint flashing in his eyes. At this point, he has no way back. Even if the truth comes out, he had to brazen it out. As long as he killed me and destroyed the evidence, there would be no proof left. How dare you? The Water Virtue Star Lord shouted angrily. This jade slip is forged by you. You are slandering me. Heavenly soldiers, hear my command. This fiend spreads lies, colludes with the demonic path guilty of heinous crimes. Attack with me immediately. Arrest the entire East Sea Dragon Clan. But the heavenly soldiers and generals behind him stood still. None of them moved, their faces full of hesitation. After all, the contents of the jade slip were too real. None of them wanted to be an accomplice to a minister colluding with the demonic path. A bunch of useless trash. The Water Virtue Star Lord saw this and cursed. The 4 water gods behind him immediately acted, charging toward me. The 4 water gods were the 4 strongest divine generals under the Water Virtue Star Lord. Each had strength not inferior to a true dragon. Together they could even summon the waters of the 4 seas with boundless power. Seize him! Evil creature, the Water Virtue Star Lord roared. The 4 water gods replied in unison. The 4 water gods replied in unison, their weapons glinting with cold light. In an instant, the seawater surged, transforming into 4 water dragons that lunged fiercely at me. You came just in time. A cold light flashed in my eyes. I was just thinking about where to farm evolution points, and these 4 fellows deliver themselves to my door. Big brother, second sister, third brother, guard the dragon palace and protect mother, I said calmly. Leave these 4 scumbags to me! Little 9, my 8 siblings shouted in unison, and swiftly stood guard around Mother Dragon. The 4 Seas Dragon Kings also immediately led the dragon armies into formation, confronting the heavenly troops. I swayed my 9-clawed dragon body, without dodging, charged straight toward the 4 water dragons, opened my huge mouth and directly activated the devouring power. A terrifying suction erupted from my mouth. The 4 ferocious water dragons were directly swallowed into my stomach. Devoured the 4 seas, weak water, gained water immunity passive. Gained 10,000 evolution points. The 4 water gods were instantly dumbfounded. They never imagined that their proud ultimate move would be swallowed by me in one gulp. Impossible. The leader of the heaven water god exclaimed in shock. How could you devour the weak water? This is the most yin and coldest water in the world. Is that all you've got? I sneered, and with a flash of my body, instantly appeared before the heaven water god. He didn't even see my movement. My dragon claw struck his eyes filled with fanaticism and worship. This is the power of the 9-claw golden dragon. This is their common lord of the 4 seas. The Water Virtue Star Lord watched the defeated 4 water gods, his face extremely ugly, his eyes full of disbelief. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. You are just a newly evolved 9-claw golden dragon. How could you have such strength? Do you think my 9-claw golden dragon is the same as those ordinary 5-claw golden dragons? I sneered, and slowly moved closer to the Water Virtue Star Lord. You colluded with the Abyssal Flood Dragon, harmed my mother, wounded my brothers and sisters and my East Sea. Today we will settle this account properly. The Water Virtue Star Lord watched me closing in, a flash of madness in his eyes. He suddenly raised a pitch-black token, covered with eerie blood-red patterns, emitting a dense abyssal demonic aura. You think this is all I've got? Water Virtue Star Lord burst into wild laughter, veins bulging on his face. You really think the Abyssal Flood Dragon was my greatest trump card? Wrong, completely wrong. I stared at that token. My pupils contracted slightly. This aura, it shares the same origin as the demonic energy on the Abyssal Flood Dragon, but it's even denser, even more evil. You've long been corrupted by the abyssal demonic aura. Chen Sheng spoke, his eyes filled with ice. You, a legitimate water virtue deity of the heavenly court, actually sided with the abyssal demons. Water virtue. Star-Lord's eyes were full of fanaticism and adoration. So this is the power of a 9-claw golden dragon. So this is their dominion over the 4 seas. Water Virtue Star-Lord watched the 4 water gods being routed. His expression turned extremely ugly. Disbelief filled his eyes. Impossible. This is absolutely impossible. You're just a newly evolved 9-claw golden dragon. How could you be this powerful? Do you think my 9-claw golden dragon is the same as those ordinary 5-claw golden dragons? I sneered coldly and slowly flew toward Water Virtue Star-Lord. You colluded with the Abyssal Flood Dragon, harmed my mother, wounded my siblings, and plotted against my EC. Today we should settle this score properly. Water Virtue Star-Lord watched me closing in step by step. A hint of madness flashed in his eyes. He suddenly raised his hand and pulled out a pitch-black token, covered in eerie blood-colored patterns, emitting a dense abyssal demonic aura. You think this is all I've got? Water Virtue Star-Lord burst into wild laughter, veins bulging on his face. You really think the Abyssal Flood Dragon was my greatest trump card? Wrong, completely wrong. I stared at that token. My pupils contracted slightly. This aura, it shares the same origin as the demonic energy on the Abyssal Flood Dragon, but it's even denser and more evil. You've long been corrupted by the abyssal demonic aura. Chen Sheng spoke, his eyes filled with ice. You, a legitimate water virtue deity of the heavenly courts, actually sided with the abyssal demons. Ha ha ha! Water Virtue Star-Lord burst into wild laughter. So what? The heavenly court is incompetent. A mere water virtue position can never satisfy me. As long as I help the Abyssal Lord break the Ancestral Dragon's seal, I can become the ruler of the 3 realms. By then, not just the 4 seas, even the throne of the heavenly court should be mine. As soon as those words were spoken, the entire audience of 100,000 heavenly soldiers instantly erupted. They never imagined their own commander would actually side with the Abyss, and even help the demons break the Ancestral Dragon's seal to rebel against the Heavenly Court. Water Virtue Star Lord has rebelled, someone shouted. The 100,000 heavenly soldiers immediately turned their spears, aiming them all at Water Virtue Star Lord. Seeing this, he wasn't afraid at all. Instead, he laughed even more wildly. Bunch of trash dare to defy me. Today I'll make you all die with me. He suddenly crushed the black token in his hand. A terrifying wave of abyssal demonic energy burst out from the token instantly, sweeping across the entire sky. Within the demonic energy, countless twisted abyssal monsters howled as they charged out, each one possessing strength no less than heavenly soldiers, and their numbers were beyond count. In the blink of an eye, the sky above the East Sea was filled with endless abyssal demonic energy. Kill Water Virtue Star Lord roared for me. Kill them all, leave no one behind. Kill them all, leave no one behind. Instantly, the endless abyssal monsters charged at the heavenly soldiers and the Four Seas Dragon clan. The heavenly soldiers and the dragon army immediately met them. The two sides clashed in a fierce battle. The sky above the East Sea was filled with the sounds of slaughter. Water Virtue Star Lord, taking advantage of the chaos, suddenly rushed toward the direction of the Dragon Palace. His target was the Dragon Mother. Although the Dragon Mother had healed her injuries, her true dragon origin had not yet fully recovered. She was at her weakest. As long as he captured the Dragon Mother, he could control everything. Don't even think about it. I instantly sensed his intention. I flashed and blocked his path. Your opponent is me. Want to touch my mom over my dead body. Get out of my way, Water Virtue Star Lord roared, his water-calming divine whip, wrapped in endless abyssal demonic energy, whipped fiercely at me. One strike of this whip could drain an entire ocean. Even an ordinary true dragon would have its soul shattered by a single blow. I didn't dodge or evade letting the whip strike my 5-dragon ridge. A loud clang of metal echoed. The water-calming divine whip was sent flying, and my dragon scales didn't even have a scratch. The indestructible diamond divine power, combined with the physical strength of a 9-claw golden dragon, not to mention a mere water-calming divine whip. Even the Heavenly Court's demon-slaying platform couldn't harm me in the slightest. How is that possible? Water Virtue Star Lord cried out in shock. Despair filled his face. How can your physical body be so strong? I told you you're too weak. I told you you're too weak, I said coldly. My claw shot out fiercely, straight toward Water Virtue Star Lord's chest. He tried to dodge, but I was too fast. He couldn't avoid it. With a tearing sound, my dragon claw pierced straight through his divine armor, leaving 5 deep bloody gashes on his chest deep enough to see bone. Water Virtue Star Lord let out a miserable scream. Divine blood sprayed out instantly. System defeated Water Virtue Star Lord. Received 50,000 evolution points. Current evolution points, 335,000. 300,000. Bloodline purification conditions met. Purify immediately. Purify, I silently commanded. The next second, a scorching energy erupted inside me. My dragon bloodline concentration instantly increased from 99% to 100%. The bloodline of the primordial ancestral dragon fully awakened. A pressure 10 times stronger than before burst out from me instantly, sweeping across the entire 3 realms, whether it was the heavenly court above the 9 heavens, or the underworld below the 9 abysses, or all living beings in the 4 seas and 8 wastelands. They all felt this bloodline, suppression from deep within. All dragons, no matter where they were, bowed their heads toward the East Sea. Even the Jade Emperor above the 9 heavens suddenly stood up from his dragon throne. Shock filled his eyes. Ancestral Dragon Aura. It's the Ancestral Dragon's aura. The Ancestral Dragon's aura. The primordial ancestral dragon is about to reappear in the 3 realms, above the East Sea. The golden light around me grew stronger. My 300-meter dragon body exploded again, reaching a full kilometer in length. 9 dragon claws. Each one gleamed with the power to tear space-time. The dragon horns on my head became more ancient and majestic, vaguely bearing the momentum of creating heaven and earth. Bloodline purification complete. Current bloodline concentration 100%. Primordial Ancestral Dragon Bloodline current form Ancestral Dragon Cub. Unlocked all Ancestral Dragon divine abilities. Heaven creating eye control of laws. Bloodline suppression. Immunity to all poisons. I slowly opened my eyes. My golden dragon pupils seemed to contain an entire universe. Under my gaze, Water Virtue Star Lord trembled all over, unable to stand. He fell to his knees in midair with a thud, his eyes filled with extreme terror. Hey, Ancestral Dragon, you are the reincarnation of the Ancestral Dragon. His voice trembled. Even his teeth chattered. Realizing now, Too late, I sneered. You colluded with the Abyssal Demons, schemed against my EC Dragon clan, betrayed the 3 realms. You deserve to die 10,000 deaths. Today I will cleanse the 3 realms of your filth. No water virtue Star-Lord begged frantically. I was wrong, I know I was wrong. Please, Ancestral Dragon, spare my life. I'll offer you all my cultivation. I'll be your slave, your beast of burden. Spare you! My eyes turned icy. When you nearly killed my mother, did you think of sparing her? When my siblings were beaten black and blue by your men defending the Dragon Palace, did you think of sparing them? Now you beg for mercy. Too late, I opened my massive jaws and activated the ultimate devouring power. A terrifying suction force instantly enveloped Water Virtue Star-Lord. No, I don't accept this. Water Virtue Star-Lord let out his final desperate roar, trying to self-destruct his divine soul and take me with him. But under the suppression of the Ancestral Dragon bloodline, he didn't even have the right to self-destruct. He could only watch helplessly as I devoured him bit by bit. Devoured Water Virtue Star-Lord, a Heavenly Court deity gained 1 million evolution points. Devoured Abyssal Demonic Energy gained Abyssal Immunity passive. Current evolution points 1,335,000. 1 million. Can unlock Dragon God True Body after devouring Water Virtue Star-Lord. The abyssal monsters he summoned immediately lost control, becoming chaotic and disorganized. I coldly swept my gaze over those monsters, my eyes devoid of any emotion. Words become law. I spoke slowly. The 4 words fell. An invisible force of divine law instantly swept across the entire sky above the East Sea. All the abyssal monsters were reduced to ashes. Not even a trace remained. The sky full of abyssal. Demonic energy also vanished without a trace. The sky cleared again. The 100,000 heavenly soldiers and the 4 Seas Dragon clan all knelt down, shouting in unison, "Welcome, Ancestral Dragon. Long live the Ancestral Dragon." The sound shook heaven and earth, spreading across the entire 4 Seas and 8 wastelands. I retracted my aura and slowly landed before the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Mother, along with my 8 siblings, came up to me. Little Ninth the Dragon Mother looked at me, her eyes filled with relief and pride. "My child, you truly did it." "Mom," I stayed by the Dragon Mother's side, gently rubbing my head against her dragon whiskers. "This is what I should do. I promise to protect you, and to protect the EC." Just then, a auspicious cloud drifted down from the 9 heavens. Tai Bai Jinsing descended holding the Jade Emperor's decree. He first bowed respectfully to me, then unrolled the decree, and proclaimed loudly, "By the mandate of heaven, the Jade Emperor decrees the 9th son of the East Sea Dragon clan, having awakened the Ancestral Dragon bloodline, vanquished the Abyssal Demons, cleansed the traitor of the Heavenly Court, made meritorious contributions, is hereby appointed as the Lord of the 4 Seas, ruling over all waters of the 4 Seas and 8 wastelands, with the title of Dragon Emperor. Respect this." Tai Bai finished reading, and again bowed to me. "Congratulations, Ancestral Dragon Emperor." "Congratulations, Ancestral Dragon Emperor. The Jade Emperor has prepared a victory banquet in the Lingxiao Hall. Please, Ancestral Dragon Emperor, come to the Heavenly Court." "Prepared a victory banquet. Please, Ancestral Dragon Emperor, come to the Heavenly Court." I took the decree and said calmly, "There is no need for a victory banquet. Thank the Jade Emperor for his kindness. My EC Dragon clan only wishes to guard the 4 Seas, protect the waters of the 3 realms, and not get involved in the conflicts of the Heavenly Court. But if anyone dares to collude with the Abyssal Demons again, plot against my 4 Seas, or harm my Dragon clan, even if I have to chase them to the ends of the earth, I will never let them go." Tai Bai quickly nodded. "Yes, yes, I little dragon. Will definitely convey the Ancestral Dragon Emperor's words, word for word to the Jade Emperor." After saying that he dared not linger, and immediately returned to the Heavenly Court with the decree. From then on, the entire 3 realms knew that the East Sea had produced a 9-claw golden dragon, the reincarnation of the Ancestral Dragon, who became the new Lord of the 4 Seas. No one dared to set their sights on the East Sea anymore. Even the Heavenly Court treated me with respect. In the following days, the 4 Seas returned to their former peace. I led my 8 siblings to restore order and clear out the sea beasts that caused trouble. The 4 Seas Dragon clan. The entire 4 Seas became unprecedentedly prosperous. My eldest brother broke through his bloodline limits in this battle, evolving into a Yinglong true body. My second sister also awakened the water control divine ability, becoming the water deity of the East Sea. My other siblings all improved rapidly. With my help, they were no longer the lazy dragons who only bullied me. but became dragon warriors capable of standing on their own, especially Wu Mei. When she protected the Dragon Mother earlier, she was hit by water, Virtue Star Lord's artifact, nearly losing her life. I used my own Ancestral Dragon origin to gradually repair her damaged divine soul, and as a result, she awakened a rare healing divine ability, becoming the Dragon of Life of the Four Seas. That day I watched her in the Coral Garden of the Dragon Palace, healing injured little fish and shrimp with her divine power, suddenly recalling these 18 years of rebirth when all the dragon princes and princesses bullied me, mocked me, called me a black rice ball that couldn't grow scales. Only she would secretly leave me the most delicious seafood from the deep sea, would secretly heal me after my eldest brother sent me flying, would stand up and speak for me when everyone wanted the Dragon Mother to throw me into the vast sand sea. Wu Mei noticed my gaze, turned and smiled at me. Ninth brother, why are you here? I swam over, looked at her and said softly, thank you. Wu Mei was stunned for a moment, then laughed, thank me for what? We're family. Yes, family. I smiled and nodded, feeling warm inside. In this life, I not only have a mother who protects me completely, but also siblings to fight alongside, and a home to protect. Days passed one by one. The Dragon Mother's true dragon origin, under the nourishment of my ancestral dragon power, gradually recovered, and even became stronger than before. The entire East Sea Dragon Palace was filled with harmony. The Four Seas Dragon Clan lived in peace. Life was peaceful and happy, but in my heart, peaceful and happy, yet in my heart a faint unease lingered. The words Water Virtue Star Lord spoke before his death echoed in my mind. Abyssal Lord, Ancestral Dragon Seal. I felt this matter wasn't so simple. Water Virtue Star Lord was just a clown. The real threat was the Abyssal Lord behind him. That day I was cultivating the Ancestral Dragon divine abilities in the Ancestral Dragon Hall deep beneath the East Sea. Suddenly, the seawater of the entire Four Seas violently trembled. A cold evil aura slowly emanated from the deepest part of the Four Seas bottom. This aura was thousands of times stronger than the Abyssal Flood Dragon and Water Virtue Star Lord, even making my Ancestral Dragon bloodline feel a trace of threat. I suddenly opened my eyes, flashed, and appeared instantly at the bottom of the Four Seas. This was the sealed place personally set by the Ancestral Dragon during the Primordial Era. From the deepest part of the seal came low growls and the sound of chains rattling. The seal is loosening. My pupils contracted. My heart sank. Not good. Just then, from within the seal came an ancient evil voice. The little ancestral dragon we finally meet. 10,000 years, a full 10,000 years? I am finally coming out. Who are you? Chen Sheng spoke. His ancestral dragon pressure fully activated, locking tightly onto the aura deep within the seal. The voice laughed wildly. I am the primordial demon god, sealed here by your old ancestor, the ancestral dragon, in person, sinking into the depths. Back then, that old ancestral dragon exhausted his life to seal me here. Now his bloodline descendant stands right outside. If I devour you, won't I be able to break the seal directly, and even replace the ancestral dragon as the new ruler of the three realms? As the words fell, the seal violently trembled. Countless abyssal demonic energies burst out from the cracks. The seawater of the entire Four Seas instantly turned pitch black. I stared fixedly out of the cracks in the seal, my golden dragon pupils filled with icy killing intent. Swallow me, I sneered. Then let's see if you have what it takes. Your old ancestor could seal you here back then, and today I can make you trapped here forever, never to be reborn through countless ages. Big words. The Abyssal Lord laughed wildly. Little guy, don't think that just because you awaken the ancestral dragon bloodline, you're invincible. How do you think Water Virtue Star Lord got corrupted by demonic energy? How did the Abyssal Flood Dragon dare to attack a true dragon? All of this was my arrangement. You think you won? No, you merely stepped step by step into the trap I laid. The demonic energy you devoured, the flesh and blood of those abyssal creatures, have long become my beacons to sense you. Now your ancestral dragon bloodline is the best key for me to break the seal. As the words fell, the cracks in the seal expanded countless times. Pitch black tentacles extended from the cracks, carrying world-destroying power, reaching fiercely toward me. Meanwhile, from the direction of the East Sea Dragon Palace, a violent explosion suddenly rang out, accompanied by the anxious shouts of my 8 siblings. I whipped my head around. My heart tightened. Not good a diversion. The Abyssal Lord's target was never me, but the Dragon Mother in the Dragon Palace. The Dragon Mother's true dragon origin also contained the purest ancestral dragon bloodline. Caught on now. The Abyssal Lord laughed wildly. Little guy, enjoy this game. Let me play once I devour the true dragon origin. The three realms will be plunged into doom. I looked at the demonic energy spreading toward the dragon palace, and at the ever-expanding seal cracks in front of me. My golden dragon pupils instantly blazed with towering fury. I swung my kilometer-long 9-claw golden dragon true body. My ancestral dragon power erupted to its peak. Whoever dares to touch my family or destroy my home, I will make sure their soul is utterly destroyed, never to be reborn. Time and space freeze. I roared in anger. Instantly activated the Ancestral Dragon divine ability. Time across the entire 4 seas froze completely. The pitch-black demonic energy spreading toward the dragon palace stopped. The abyssal tentacles halted. Even the surging seawater was frozen in place. Tentacles! Even the surging seawater was frozen in place. In place. Only I could move freely in the frozen time. I flashed. In the blink of an eye, I traveled from the sealed depths of the 4 seas bottom, back to the East Sea Dragon Palace. Time and space. Freeze divine ability upgraded. Current level max can freeze the time and space of the 3 realms. Maximum duration 1 incense sticks time. Gained 100,000 evolution points. The moment time resumed flowing, I stood in front of the Dragon Palace gates, opened my massive jaws and activated the ultimate devouring power. Gained 100,000 evolution points. The moment time resumed its flow, I stood in front of the Dragon Palace gate. Opening my huge mouth, I activated the ultimate devouring. A terrifying sharpness 100 times stronger than before instantly swept through the sky full of demonic energy. Those corrosive abyss demonic energies, like 100 rivers converging into the sea, frantically poured into my mouth. Not even a trace could get within half a step of non-gong. Devouring the abyss origin, mode activated. Obtained abyss law fragment. Obtained 500,000 evolution points. Current evolution points 188, 500, 100,000. Ancestral Dragon True Body, first layer now unlockable. GGG, didn't think you could turn back in an instant. This lord underestimated you. The abyss. Sovereign's cold laughter came from the void. Countless pitch-black tentacles, madly drilled out from the spatial cracks, each one carrying the power to tear space, harshly lashed toward me. These tentacles were far more ferocious than those stretching out from the sealed crack before. Not only were they covered in blood, but they were more than 10 times thicker, covered with blood-red patterns. Every single pattern concealed countless wailing souls. Just looking at them made one's soul tremble. Is this all you've got? I sneered coldly. My dragon tail suddenly swept outward. The golden power of the ancestral dragon condensed into an indestructible sharp edge on my tail. Crack, crack, crack. A series of crisp sounds echoed. Those abyss tentacles lashing toward me were all sliced off in an instant. Black demonic blood spurted from the severed ends, falling into the seawater, instantly corroding the entire sea with a sizzle. Severed abyss sovereign tentacles gained 200,000 evolution points. Obtained 5 years of abyss regeneration law fragment. My tentacles. The abyss sovereign's roar came from the void. You damned mongrel. This lord will grind your bones to dust, devour your soul, make you suffer eternal damnation. As the words fell, a pitch-black demonic shadow slowly walked out from the spatial crack. This shadow was 1,000 jang tall, its body covered in black horn-like scales. 3 twisted demon horns grew from its head, a pair of blood-red eyes full of brutality and madness. The demonic energy radiating from its body nearly swallowed the entire Eastern Sea. This was clearly the Abyss Sovereign's avatar. Though only 30% of the original's power, it still possessed terror beyond that of an ordinary heavenly court deity, a terrifying strength. Little mongrel, taste my power. Little mongrel, prepare to die. The Abyss Sovereign's avatar roared, raised its hand and slapped out a pitch-black demonic palm. Wherever the palm passed, space shattered inch by inch. The seawater instantly evaporated. Even the laws of heaven and earth were utterly distorted by this palm. Watching the demonic palm rushing toward me, neither dodged nor avoided. No trace of panic in my eyes. Whatever I say becomes reality, I said slowly. As those 4 words fell, the Ancestral Dragon's divine ability instantly activated. That ferocious pitch-black demonic palm, within 100 meters of me, suddenly froze. Then, like snow under a blazing sun, it melted away at a visible speed. In the blink of an eye, it completely vanished between heaven and earth. Not even a wisp of demonic energy remained. What the Abyss Sovereign's avatar's pupils shrank, its face full of disbelief. Whatever you say becomes reality. You You've actually mastered the Ancestral Dragon's innate divine ability. That's impossible. You're just a brat who just awakened your bloodline. How could you control a law of this level? Nothing is impossible, I said coldly, slowly raising my dragon claw. I gently clenched it toward the Abyss Sovereign's avatar. Space compresses. With a snap, the space around the Abyss Sovereign's avatar instantly was compressed tightly. Compressed, forming an indestructible golden sphere, trapping it firmly inside. No matter how frantically it struggled, it couldn't move the sphere in the slightest. Let me out! Let me out! You damn mongrel! The Abyss Sovereign's avatar roared in madness, demonic energy surging around its body, trying to break the sphere. But as soon as its demonic energy touched the golden sphere, it was instantly purified completely. Not even a ripple was raised. That's all you've got, and you dare to run wild in my East Sea Dragon Palace, I sneered coldly, opened my mouth and inhaled. The ultimate devouring power erupted once more. The terrifying suction instantly enveloped the trapped Abyss Sovereign's avatar. No, for the first time, fear appeared. In the Abyss Sovereign's avatar's eyes madly struggled in the prison. I was wrong, Lord Ancestral Dragon, I was wrong. Please spare me. I am willing to offer all my origin. I am willing to be your slave. Loyal to you forever. Too late, I said indifferently. The suction force increased again. The Abyss Sovereign's avatar let out a miserable scream. Its entire body was slowly sucked into my mouth. Not even its soul could escape a trace. Devoured. Devoured Abyss Sovereign's avatar. Gained 1 million evolution points. Obtained Abyss Law Origin. Unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Body. First layer. Dragon Race Blood Concentration 100%. An unprecedented surge of power instantly exploded within my body. My 1000 Zhang Golden 9-Clawed Dragon True Body swelled again, reaching a full 10,000 Zhang in length. Each of the golden scales on my body was inscribed with innate Tao patterns. A gentle move of my 9 dragon claws could tear space, stir the winds and clouds. Between the dragon horns on my head, a faint flow of chaotic energy swirled. An overwhelming pressure belonging to the primordial ancestral dragon instantly swept across the entire 3 realms. The heavenly court above the 9 heavens, the underworld beneath the 9 abysses. All living beings in the 4 seas and 8 wildernesses trembled under this pressure. All dragon clans, wherever they were, prostrated themselves toward the eastern sea, shouting, "Long live the ancestral dragon." Inside the dragon palace, Dragon Mother led the 8 siblings slowly swimming out, seeing my 10,000 Zhang ancestral dragon true body, her eyes full of relief and pride. Dojo Dragon Mother spoke, her voice with a hint of sob. "My child, you have truly become like our ancestors." Mom, I retracted my overwhelming pressure, shrunk my form and swam to Dragon Mother's side, gently rubbed my head against her dragon body. "I startled you. I failed to protect the dragon palace." "Silly child dragon," Mother shook her head with a smile, reached out her dragon claw and gently touched my head. "You did well. Mom is proud of you." "Ninth brother, you're amazing." Wu Mei swam to my side, her dragon eyes full of admiration. "Just now you swallowed that great demon with one move." "That was so cool." Little ninth big brother also stepped forward and looked at me, his eyes full of guilt and respect. Big brother was wrong before. Always filled with guilt and admiration. Big brother was wrong before. I used to bully you. Don't hold it against me. From now on, Big brother's life is yours. Tell me to go east, I won't go west. Big brother is right. The other siblings also spoke up, little ninth. We were wrong before. From now on, we brothers and sisters will always stand with you. Whoever dares to touch the Eastern Sea, whoever dares to harm our home, we'll fight them to the death. Looking at Dragon Mother and my siblings before me, my heart felt warm. Being reborn in this life, I finally have a true home, a haven worth protecting with my life. We are family, no need for 2 separate talks. I said with a smile, we're all brothers. No need to mention the past anymore. From now on, let's guard the Eastern Sea together. Guard our home. Yes, the 8 siblings answered in unison, their voices full of excitement and passion. Just then, from a corner of the Dragon Palace, suddenly came a sinister laugh. Such a touching family. I abruptly turned my head and saw the figure of the Grand Elder, slowly walking out from behind a coral pillar, his body covered with pitch-black abyss marks, a pair of eyes full of madness and coldness. "Grand Elder," the eldest brother shouted in shock, "you're still alive! When Watermarsh Star-Lord fell just now, you vanished without a trace. I thought you had crawled back to your rat hole." Ha, the Grand Elder laughed wildly. "Why should I hide? This East Sea Dragon Palace was always meant to be mine. This palace was always meant to be the Dragon Mother's throne. This woman has held the Dragon King position for so many years. She should have abdicated long ago. If it weren't for her protecting this useless black loach, I would have taken control of the entire Eastern Sea long ago. You're asking for death." A flash of cold light shot from my eyes. The Ancestral Dragon's pressure instantly erupted. pressing heavily toward the Grand Elder. But to my surprise, my pressure fell onto the Grand Elder, like a stone sinking into the sea. It had no effect at all. I raised an eyebrow, a bit surprised. I didn't expect you to be corrupted by Abyss demonic energy too. No. I suddenly realized, staring at the Grand Elder, your aura is exactly the same as the Abyss Sovereign's. You're not just corrupted by demonic energy, you are his other avatar. No wonder you're the reincarnation of the Ancestral Dragon. You do have some discernment. The Grand Elder's smile became even more sinister. His body began to twist and deform. The demonic energy around him surged madly. In just a few moments, he transformed into the exact same form as the previous avatar. Exactly. The Abyss Sovereign's second avatar. This lord took over this body 50 years ago, lurking in the East Sea Dragon Palace. The Grand Elder's voice had completely changed into the Abyss Sovereign's voice. Watermarsh Star-Lord was my puppet. The Abyss Flood Dragon was sent by me. Even Longwu's ambush in the Black Abyss was all my scheme. All for today. What did you say? What did you say? Dragon Mother's face instantly turned pale, her eyes full of disbelief. That year when I went to the Black Abyss seeking the 10,000-year dragon marrow and was ambushed by Sand Emperor and demonic sharks, it was you who arranged it. Otherwise, what did you think? The Abyss Sovereign laughed wildly. How could those fools have precisely found your whereabouts and forced you into severe injury? If this lord hadn't secretly intervened, do you think you could have returned alive from the Black Abyss? I kept you alive only to wait for today until you transferred your true dragon origin to this little brat. He awakened the Ancestral Dragon bloodline. His bloodline is the key for this lord to break the seal. You despicable bastard! Big Brother roared in anger and charged forward to fight the Abyss Sovereign to the death. Come back! I reached out and stopped Big Brother, coldly staring at the Abyss Sovereign. So your earlier trick of luring the tiger away from the mountain, leading me to the seal site, was to let this avatar attack my mother in the meantime, correct? The Abyss Sovereign nodded, his eyes full of complacency. Unfortunately, this lord still underestimated you. I didn't expect you could turn back instantly and so easily devour my first avatar. But no matter, now that the Dragon Mother is in this lord's hands, if you make a single move, I'll crush her soul immediately. As his words fell, he suddenly raised his hand. A pitch-black energy beam shot out instantly, heading straight for Dragon Mother, at extreme speed, giving no chance to react. No. The 8 siblings cried out in alarm, wanting to block in front of Dragon Mother, but it was too late. Just as the energy beam was about to entangle Dragon Mother, my form flickered, instantly appeared in front of her, opened my mouth and inhaled. That ferocious energy beam was directly swallowed into my stomach. Devoured Abyss Energy Beam gained 50,000 evolution points. With such petty tricks, you think you can hurt my mother before me? I sneered, looking at the Abyss Sovereign. Have you forgotten that I am now the Ancestral Dragon incarnate? With this avatar of yours, having only 20% of the original's power, before me you're not even an ant. The Abyss Sovereign's face instantly turned pale, eyes full of disbelief. How can you progress so fast? You just devoured my avatar. How could you digest it so quickly? Nothing is impossible, I said calmly, slowly raising my dragon claw, gently grasping toward the Abyss Sovereign. Great devouring art. This is a new killing move I created. By fusing the ultimate devouring power and the Ancestral Dragon's divine ability, as the words fell, a huge golden black hole instantly formed above the Abyss Sovereign's head. Its suction force was 1,000 times, 10,000 times stronger than before, madly pulling at his body. No, the Abyss Sovereign let out a terrified howl. Demonic energy erupted frantically, trying to resist the suction. But as soon as his demonic energy touched the golden black hole, it was instantly devoured completely. His body was also slowly being pulled into the black hole. I won't accept this. I won't accept this. I planned for 50 years. How could I lose to you, a mere brat? I won't submit. You have to submit, I said coldly. My dragon claw clenched. The golden black hole instantly contracted, directly enveloping the Abyss Sovereign's avatar, swallowing it whole. Not even a trace of the explosion leaked out. Devoured the Abyss Sovereign's second avatar, gained 800,000 evolution points, obtained all memory fragments of the Abyss Sovereign, unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Body, second layer, current combat rating evaluation, comparable to primordial chaos demon gods. After devouring this avatar, the Abyss Sovereign's entire memory flooded into my mind like a tide. I finally understood what had happened. Over the past 10,000 years, when the primordial world shattered, the Ancestral Dragon, at the cost of his life, exhausted all his cultivation. In his final moments, he discovered that his own evil thoughts had been born from endless demonic energy, gaining intelligence and transforming into the Abyss Sovereign. To prevent this evil from wreaking havoc on the three realms, the Ancestral Dragon used his last bit of strength to seal the Abyss Sovereign beneath the four seas, using his own dragon body to form the sealing array. And this sealing array was not only a prison trapping the Abyss Sovereign, but also the place where the Ancestral Dragon left his inheritance. Only those who awakened 100% of the Ancestral Dragon bloodline could enter it and inherit the Ancestral Dragon's complete legacy. And the Abyss Sovereign, over the years, had been trying every means to break the seal in order to devour the Ancestral Dragon's legacy and become the true ruler of the three realms. So that's it, I murmured, a flash of understanding in my eyes. No wonder he kept fixating on my bloodline. His real target was never me, but the Ancestral Dragon's legacy. Little Ninth, what's wrong? Dragon Mother looked at me with worry. Did something go wrong after devouring that demon's avatar? It's nothing, Mom. I shook my head with a smile. I now know the truth behind the Ancestral Dragon sealing the Abyss Sovereign. And I also know how to completely solve this trouble. Really? The 8 siblings' eyes lit up, Little Ninth. Do you have a way to completely destroy that great demon? Of course, I nodded, my eyes full of confidence. The Ancestral Dragon left a contingency plan long ago. As long as I enter the sealed land and inherit his complete legacy, I can thoroughly eliminate the Abyss Sovereign. No, Dragon Mother immediately grabbed me, her eyes full of fear. It's too dangerous. That sealed land contains not only the Ancestral Dragon's legacy, but also the Abyss Sovereign's main body waiting. Although you have awakened the Ancestral Dragon bloodline, he is in existence from the same era as the Ancestral Dragon. If something happens, what will Mom do? Yes, Little Ninth. What about Mom? Yes, Little Ninth Big Brother also hurriedly chimed in. It's too dangerous. We can't let you take this risk. If it's really necessary, we can ask the Jade Emperor in the Heavenly Court for help. The Four Seas Dragon Clan has been offering tribute to the Heavenly Court for so many years. They can't just stand by and watch. Ask the Jade Emperor for help. I smiled, shook my head. First of all, it's uncertain whether the Jade Emperor would help. Even if he did, he might not be a match for the Abyss Sovereign. Besides, this is our Dragon Clan's own matter. It's the karma left by the Ancestral Dragon. Naturally, it should be settled by me, his descendant. But Dragon Mother wanted to say more. I interrupted her. Mom? I looked into her eyes, my gaze resolute. Don't worry. I won't be in danger. I am your son, the reincarnation of the Ancestral Dragon. This trouble is nothing I can't handle. Besides, only by thoroughly eliminating the Abyss Sovereign can the Eastern Sea truly have peace. Our family can truly live a safe and stable life. Seeing my determined eyes, Dragon Mother finally sighed and nodded. All right, Mom won't stop you, but promise me, you must return safely. Mom and your brothers and sisters will wait for you in the Dragon Palace. Don't worry, Mom. I smiled and nodded. I will definitely come back. Ninth brother, Wu Mei, swam to my side. Her eyes red, she opened her mouth and spat out a bead emitting a soft green light. Placing it before me, wear this. It is the life bead I condensed after awakening my innate divine ability, storing all of my healing energy. The life bead contains my complete healing power. If you get hurt, it can heal you immediately. I looked at that life bead. My heart warm, I reached out and took it. Thank you, Wu Mei, ninth brother. We'll definitely bring it back safely. And the other siblings also opened their mouths and spat out their own natal artifacts. Little ninth. This is my Yinglong War Drum. It can boost your morale. Little ninth. This is my water control jade talisman. It can help you manipulate water currents in the sealed land. Little ninth. This is my demon breaking dragon spear. It can shatter any demonic energy. Seeing my siblings before me, my nose tingled. I almost shed tears. Being reborn in this life to have such a family, is it worth it? All right, I accept all your good intentions. I accepted their natal artifacts. Smiling, I said, wait for my return. Then we'll celebrate together as a family. With that, I turned my dragon whiskers swaying. Golden light flashed around me. I transformed back into the 10,000 Zhang Ancestral Dragon true form and flew toward the sealed land at the bottom of the four seas. Behind me, Dragon Mother and the 8 siblings all stood at the Dragon Palace entrance watching, waving at my retreating figure, Little Ninth. You must come back safely. I didn't look back. Just waved my dragon claw behind me. With a flash, I disappeared into the deep sea. In just moments, I arrived again at the sealed land at the bottom of the four seas. It was even more turbulent than when I left earlier. The cracks in the seal were growing larger. Pitch black demonic energy surged out from the cracks like a tide. The seawater at the bottom of the four seas had turned completely black, filled with corrosive demonic energy. Even the seabed rocks had been corroded into countless holes. You've finally come. At the seal's location, pitch black demonic chi, like a tidal wave, frantically pours out from the rift. The seawater of the entire Four Seas bottom has turned pitch black. It is filled with corrosive demonic chi. Even the reefs at the bottom of the sea have been corroded, riddled with holes. Sister, you've finally come. Sealing technique? The Abyss Lord's insane laughter rang out. I thought you would hide in the wrong palace and be a coward for the rest of your life. How dare you come here alone? Aren't you afraid I'll devour you? Devour you, I sneered. I inhaled sharply. The demonic energy surging around me was instantly swallowed into my body. With such little ability, you're not enough. I came today to completely eliminate this trouble of yours, to inherit the ancestors' legacy, and destroy me, the Abyss Lord laughed wildly. Boy, you're too naive. Do you really think that awakening the Ancestral Dragon bloodline allows you to contend with me? I am a being born at the same time as the Ancestral Dragon, transformed from his evil thoughts. I know all his abilities. Do you think the legacy he left behind is so easy to inherit? Today, since you came here, don't even think of leaving alive. Your bloodline and your legacy will all be mine. As his words fell, the seal suddenly trembled violently. Countless pitch-black demonic patterns extended from the cracks in the seal. The entire sealing formation actually began to slowly operate, and the direction of its operation was toward breaking the seal. How is that possible? My pupils contracted. My eyes were full of disbelief. This is the sealing formation left by Ancestral Dragon. How could you control it? Why can't I? The Abyss Lord's voice was full of pride. I told you I am the evil thoughts of Ancestral Dragon. We share the same root. This formation is made from his dragon body. Naturally, it also follows my bloodline. Over the years, I have been studying the operating laws of this formation. Now I can finally control it completely. Boy, today is the day I break out of the seal, and also the day of your death. Rumble as the Abyss Lord's words fell. The cracks in the sealing formation instantly expanded by dozens of feet. A terrifying demon shadow slowly walked out of the cracks. This demon shadow was tens of thousands of feet tall. The demonic energy around it almost solidified. Turning solid, its pair of blood-red eyes were full of brutality and madness. This was the Abyss Lord's true body. His aura was hundreds thousands of times stronger than his previous two clones. Just standing there, it made the entire Four Seas begin to tremble violently. Space shattered inch by inch. Boy, accept your death. The Abyss Lord's true body roared. He raised his hand and formed a demonic palm that blotted out the sky. As this palm descended, it felt as if the entire world was about to be crushed. The seawater was instantly evaporated. Even time began to twist under this palm. Watching this world-destroying palm, I did not dodge. Watching this world-destroying strike, I did not flee in terror. Instead, I laughed. What are you laughing at? The Abyss Lord frowned. His eyes were full of anger. You're about to die, and you can still laugh. I laugh at how naive you are, I said calmly. Do you really think you can control the sealing array left by the ancestor? Do you really think he would leave such a huge loophole? You are nothing but his raised evil thoughts. He left this array not to seal you, but to wait for me, his descendant, to come and purify you completely. What did you say? The Abyss Lord's expression changed instantly. His eyes were full of disbelief. At that moment, the entire sealing array suddenly erupted with 10,000 feet of golden light. Countless golden dragon patterns emerged from the array. The array, which had been rotating toward unlocking, instantly reversed direction. It began to spin wildly toward sealing. The demonic energy surging from the cracks was instantly purified by the golden dragon patterns. Even the Abyss Lord's true body was tightly entangled by the golden dragon patterns, unable to move. No, impossible, it can't be. The Abyss Lord struggled frantically. His eyes were full of terror and despair. Why is this happening? I already controlled the array. Why is this happening? Because from the very beginning, you fell into the trap set by the ancestor, I said slowly, walking toward him step by step. He foresaw that you would awaken 10,000 years later, that you would try every means to break the seal. Awaken and try every means to break the seal. So he left this array, to make you spend 10,000 years studying it, trying to break it. When you thought you had mastered the array, that was the moment you would be completely trapped. And I am the key to activate the final seal. No, I'm not willing. The Abyss Lord howled madly. I planned for 10,000 years. I waited for 10,000 years. How could it end like this? I won't accept it. You have to accept it, I said coldly, now standing before him. My dragon claws slowly raised and pressed against his forehead. Ancestral Dragon Purification Technique. This was the divine ability I had just comprehended from the Ancestral Dragon's legacy. It It was specifically used to purify the evil infection here. As my words fell, the golden ancestral dragon power surged into the Abyss Lord's body instantly. The Abyss Lord let out a heart-wrenching scream. The demonic energy around him dissipated at a visible rate. His body also gradually became transparent. No, don't. Please spare me. I am willing to return to the origin. I will never wreak havoc on the three realms again. Please, his voice no longer held the previous madness and brutality, only endless fear and begging. Too late, I said calmly. In 10,000 years, how many lives have you harmed in the three realms? How many dragons? How many died by your hands? It's time to settle this debt today. Saying that, the ancestral dragon power in my hand surged again. It completely poured into his body. In just a moment, the Abyss Lord's body and his soul were completely purified, leaving not a trace. Only a wisp of the purest origin power remained, floating before me. Purified the Abyss Lord. Ancestral Dragon's evil thoughts obtained pure. Obtained Ancestral Dragon origin. Gained 10 million evolution points. Unlocked Ancestral Dragon true body, current form. Primordial Ancestral Dragon. Current combat power evaluation. Supreme of the three realms. A power I had never felt before. Exploded inside me. My 10,000-foot-long dragon body grew even larger. The golden light around me illuminated the entire four seas. Illuminated the entire three realms. Countless innate Tao runes flowed around me. Above my head, between my dragon horns, chaos opened up, yin and yang evolved. The supreme majesty of the primordial ancestral dragon instantly swept across the 6 paths of the three realms. In the heavenly court above the 9 heavens, the Jade Emperor led all his civil and military officials out of the Lingxiao Hall. They bowed respectfully toward the East Sea. In the underworld below the 9 abysses, the 10 kings of hell led countless ghost soldiers and bowed toward the East Sea. All living beings in the 4 seas and 8 wastelands at this moment bowed and surrendered toward the East Sea, and I slowly closed my eyes, beginning to merge with the complete legacy of the Ancestral Dragon. Countless pieces of information flooded into my mind like a tidal wave. The Ancestral Dragon's power, the Ancestral Dragon's lifetime cultivation, his understanding of the Tao, all his divine abilities, all became mine completely. When I opened my eyes again, the entire world trembled slightly under my gaze. I raised my hand and waved. The ceiling array, once full of cracks, instantly restored to its original state, even stronger than before. The seawater of the 4 seas, which had been polluted by demonic energy, also instantly cleared. The creatures that had been killed by the demonic aura were revived by my power of creation. After doing all this, I restrained my aura, flickered, and flew toward the EC Dragon Palace. In the blink of an eye, I returned to the entrance of the Dragon Palace. Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings, along with Wumei, were anxiously waiting there. Seeing me return, they immediately surrounded me. Little 9, Mother Dragon hugged me, her voice trembling with tears. You're finally back. Mom was so worried. 9th brother, you're okay, that's great. Wumei also pounced on me, her dragon eyes full of tears. We thought something happened to you. Don't worry. I smiled and patted them. I promised you I would come back safely. And that big demon, I've already dealt with him completely. The EC will never be in danger again. Really? The 8 siblings' eyes lit up. Their faces were full of admiration. Little 9, you're amazing. You actually destroyed that Abyss Lord. From now on, our East Sea is the safest place in the 3 realms. Just then, above the 9 heavens, bursts of celestial music sounded. Countless golden auspicious clouds covered the sky above the East Sea. The Jade Emperor, accompanied by the Queen Mother, and all the civil and military officials of the heavenly court slowly descended. They walked before me, bowed respectfully, and said, "We pay our respects to the Ancestral Dragon Emperor." The Jade Emperor spoke respectfully. The earlier incident in the East Sea was due to the Heavenly Court's negligence and supervision, allowing treacherous individuals to take advantage. It brought undeserved calamity to the Ancestral Dragon Emperor and the East Sea Dragon Clan. I am here today to apologize to the Ancestral Dragon Emperor. With that, he bowed deeply again. The civil and military officials behind him also bowed in unison. We pay our respects to the Ancestral Dragon Emperor. Looking at the Jade Emperor and the officials before me, I said calmly, no need for apologies. My East Sea Dragon Clan only wishes to guard the 4 seas, protect the waters of the 3 realms, and not get involved in the disputes of the Heavenly Court. But if anyone dares to collude with evil demons again, plot against my 4 seas, or harm my Dragon Clan, don't blame me for being ruthless. Yes. The Jade Emperor quickly nodded. The Ancestral Dragon Emperor is right. After returning, I will immediately rectify the Heavenly Court, strictly investigate all departments, and ensure nothing like this happens again. As an apology, I have specially brought a treasure of the Heavenly Court, 1 Chaos Pearl, 3,000 Peach of Immortality, and various celestial treasures to offer to the Ancestral Dragon Emperor." Saying that, he waved his hand, and countless rare treasures were neatly arranged before me. Countless rare treasures, neatly arranged before me, emitting dazzling light. I glanced at them and did not refuse. I raised my hand and stored them away, saying thank you for the Jade Emperor's kindness, I said calmly. Seeing this, the Jade Emperor visibly relaxed. He exchanged a few more pleasantries with me, then led his officials back to the Heavenly Court in haste. After this incident, no one in the Three Realms dared to provoke the EC Dragon Clan anymore. Everyone knew that the EC had produced a reincarnated ancestral dragon, the true supreme of the Three Realms. Even the Jade Emperor of Heaven had to treat him with respect. In the days that followed, the EC Dragon Palace was restored to its former liveliness. The entire Four Seas Dragon Clan celebrated the purification of the Abyss Lord, celebrated my ascension as the new Lord of the Four Seas. Mother Dragon also returned to her position as the East Sea Dragon King. I was jointly proclaimed by the Four Seas Dragon Clan as the Ancestral Dragon Emperor. My eldest brother became the Four Seas Grand Marshal, commanding all dragon clans across the Four Seas. My second sister became the Four Seas Water God, governing all waters of the Four Seas. My fifth sister became the Four Seas Goddess of Life, in charge of the reproduction of all living beings in the Four Seas. The other siblings also received their respective positions. Under the management of our family, the entire Four Seas became unprecedentedly prosperous and peaceful. Life was lively and stable. One day I was drinking with my siblings in the coral garden of the Dragon Palace. Fifth sister suddenly leaned close and whispered, "Ninth brother, come with me, I have something to tell you." I was startled. "Come with me, I have something to tell you." I paused, then smiled and nodded. I followed her deep into the coral garden. "What is it, fifth sister?" I asked with a smile. "What do you have to say that you can't say in front of our brothers and sisters?" "Ninth brother," fifth sister looked up, her big watery dragon eyes fixed on me, cheeks flushed, and whispered, "Thank you. Before, when I awakened my divine ability, you used the ancestral dragon origin to repair my soul. And this time when you came back safely, I was so happy." Before she could finish, she suddenly stopped, her eyes instantly filled with terror, staring fixedly behind me. "Ninth brother, watch out!" She suddenly lunged forward, blocking in front of me. A pitch-black spatial rift suddenly opened behind me. A beam of light filled with endless destruction shot out from the rift, straight toward my back. It hit Wu Mei, who had thrown herself in front of me. With a pfft, Wu Mei's dragon scales shattered instantly. A mouthful of golden dragon blood sprayed out. She collapsed limply. "Wu Mei!" My eyes blazed with fury. I caught her falling body, a raging fire burning in my eyes. The ancestral dragon power around me exploded, locking onto the spatial rift. Hehehe. Ancestral Dragon Emperor, long time no see. A cold, ancient voice came from the rift. "We have been waiting for you in the chaos for a long time." "Who are you?" I roared angrily, holding Wu Mei, whose aura was weak, with one hand, and pressing down on the spatial rift with the other. "Who are we?" The voice laughed wildly. "We are the Chaos Demon Gods, sealed in chaos by your ancestor, the Ancestral Dragon. Back then, he sacrificed himself to mend the sky, sealing countless of our brothers. Now that his reincarnation is here, we naturally came back to settle the old accounts with you. That little lover of yours took that blow for you. Quite the deep love. But it doesn't matter. Soon the entire Three Realms will be buried with her." As his words fell, countless, terrifying auras burst out from the Chaos Rift. The sky of the Three Realms instantly turned dark. A terrifying pressure 10,000 times, stronger than the Abyss Lord, swept across the Three Realms. I looked down at Wu Mei, whose breath was faint in my arms, my eyes filled with icy killing intent. I gently laid her on the ground, slowly stood up, and stared at the expanding Chaos Rift. My 10,000-foot-long ancestral dragon true body expanded again. "Whoever dares to hurt my family, whoever dares to wreck my home, I will make sure their soul is destroyed, never to be reborn. Demon gods in chaos. You want to come out? Then I will personally enter chaos, and make you stay there forever." Just as the ancestral dragon power around me surged, and I was about to dive into the Chaos Rift, the Wu Mei in my arms suddenly let out a faint sound. Her fading life aura suddenly erupted with a gentle, yet immensely vast green light. I looked down sharply, my pupils contracting. How is this possible? The life law inside her was skyrocketing. The wisp of ancestral dragon origin I had given her before, stimulated by that fatal blow, had completely merged with her dragon bloodline. The once mere trace of ancestral dragon blood was now spreading like wildfire, racing through every drop of her blood. The system notification suddenly echoed in my mind. Detected target 5th Princess Awakening. Ancestral Dragon Life Bloodline. Bloodline purity 15% and increasing. Unlocked innate divine ability. Life return. All things revive. Target's vital signs are rapidly recovering. Fatal injury has been repaired by life law. I was stunned. The heart that had been hanging finally settled back. In that moment just now, I had been prepared to overturn the entire chaos, to pull Wu Mei's soul back from reincarnation. I never expected that this fatal blow would become the catalyst for her bloodline awakening. Ninth brother. Wu Mei slowly opened her eyes. Her big watery dragon eyes looked at me, her cheeks still flushed. Was I brave just now? Her voice was still a little weak, but carried a hint of pride. Seeing her like this, my heart ached and I felt a mix of emotions. I extended my dragon claw and gently rubbed her head. Silly girl, don't be so impulsive next time. If anything happened to you, even if I had to shatter the 3 realms, I would never forgive myself. At that moment, the chaos rift suddenly trembled violently. Countless black chaos streams surged out. 3 demon shadows 1,000 feet tall stepped out of the rift. The terrifying auras radiating from them instantly made the waters of the entire EC boil. Each demon shadow carried enough destructive power to annihilate everything. They were the vanguard of the 72 Chaos Demon Gods: Wind Demon, Thunder Demon, Water Demon. Ancestral Dragon Brat, I didn't expect you'd still have the mood for romance. The leading Wind Demon let out a piercing laugh, condensing a Chaos Windblade in his hand. He slashed it fiercely at me and Wu Mei on the ground. If that Windblade landed, it would be enough to cut the entire EC Dragon Palace, along with thousands of miles of surrounding sea, into pieces. Want to touch my sister? You'll have to get through me first. I roared, flashed, and stood in front of my sister. My 10,000-foot ancestral dragon body swung with force. The golden dragon tail, carrying the power of creation, slammed hard into the Chaos Windblade. With a deafening boom, the Chaos Windblade shattered instantly. The scattered air currents were purified by the ancestral dragon power around me, not even causing a ripple. Not bad. Not even a ripple. Not bad. The Thunder Demon's eyes showed a hint of surprise. He condensed Chaos Lightning Tribulation in his hand. Countless pitch-black thunderbolts like wild pythons struck at me fiercely. This Chaos Lightning Tribulation was the origin thunder from the beginning of heaven and earth. Even if a high deity of heaven was struck, their soul would be instantly destroyed. With such little skill, you dare to run wild in my EC. I laughed coldly. I opened my mouth and inhaled. The ultimate devouring power exploded. The countless violent chaos thunderbolts were like rivers returning to the sea, all swallowed into my body in one gulp. Devoured Chaos Origin Thunder. Obtained Thunder Law Fragments times 20. Obtained 2 million evolution points. Unlocked Divine Ability Chaos. What? The 3 Chaos Demon Gods were dumbfounded. They never expected that their proud innate divine ability would be swallowed by me in one gulp. This is the power of Chaos Origin. Even the Ancestral Dragon back then wouldn't dare to devour it so recklessly. How can you devour the power of Chaos Origin? The Water Demon exclaimed in shock, his face full of disbelief. Why can't I said calmly, flickering, instantly appearing before the 3 demon gods. They didn't even see my movement. My 9-clawed golden dragon claw had already slammed fiercely into the Wind Demon's chest. With a loud bang, the Wind Demon's 1,000-foot demon body was sent flying sideways. It crashed heavily into the Chaos Rift. It slammed heavily into the edge of the Chaos Rift. Its entire chest caved in. Blood spurted out from the grinding wound. Ding defeated Wind Demon gained 1 million evolution points. Courting death, Thunder Demon and Water Demon were both shocked and enraged. They wildly brandished their Chaos Demon weapons and charged toward my palace. Thunder Demon's Chaos, Thunder Hammer, and Water Demon's Brutal Friction, carrying the power to destroy heaven and earth. They viciously smashed toward me. In my eyes, their movements were as slow as a snail's. Time-space freeze. Ding with a shout, the Ancestral Dragon's divine ability instantly activated. Space and time around me completely froze. Thunder Demon's and Water Demon's movements were forcibly halted in midair. Not even their eyeballs could move. I swung my dragon tail and lashed out fiercely. With 2 thunderous booms, the 2 Chaos Demon Gods were instantly sent flying, crashing heavily onto the seabed rocks. The entire seabed was smashed into two huge craters. Mad Demon and Lightning Demon were severely wounded. Ding defeated Thunder Demon and Water Demon gained 2 million purification points. Current evolution points 1,500,000 over 2 million. Unlockable Ancestral Dragon True Body. Chaos form. In just a few breaths, all 3 Chaos Demon God Vanguards were crushed. Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings rushing from afar. Seeing this scene, immediately breathed a sigh of relief. The 9th brother let out a furious roar. Leading his younger siblings to charge forward roll, they charged over. The Ying-Long True Body fully unfurled, blocking the side of the Chaos Rift. You scumbags dare invade our East Sea and hurt my sister. Today you will regret ever coming. Second sister immediately activated the water control divine ability. The entire East Sea's waters instantly coalesced, turning into countless terrifying water dragons, surrounding the 3 wounded chaos demon gods. Ume also rose from the ground. Green light erupted all around her. Life restoration. Divine ability activated. The Dragon Palace destroyed by chaos energy earlier, and the injured sea clans caught in the blast were instantly restored to their original state. Even the shattered seabed rocks returned to their original form. The profound laws of life. Mad Demon crawled out of the crater, his eyes full of greed. I didn't expect that. Besides the reincarnation of the Ancestral Dragon, there is also a little sister who has awakened the life origin. If I devour you too, my lord, we'll step into the realm of Chaos Dominator in one go. Never again. Be sealed in that sunless chaotic land. Is that all you've got? I sneered, my form flickering, instantly appearing before Mad Demon. He tried to resist, but my speed was too fast. He couldn't dodge at all. I opened my huge mouth. The primordial devouring power erupted instantly, enveloping Mad Demon directly. No, no! Mad Demon's eyes were instantly filled with terror. He frantically pushed his chaos power to resist, but his chaos power, before my devouring power, was like ice, like snow meeting the scorching sun, instantly devoured clean. His demonic body was also slowly being sucked into my mouth. I won't accept this! I am a chaos demon god. Mad Demon let out a final despairing roar, but in the end I swallowed him in one gulp. Not even a wisp of his soul escaped. Devoured Chaos Demon God Mad Demon gained 5 million evolution points. Acquired the Law of Madness. Ding unlock Ancestral Dragon True Body. Chaos form. Progress 30% seeing Mad Demon swallowed in one gulp. Thunder Demon and Water Demon were terrified out of their wits. They never imagined that they dignified. Chaos Demon gods before a mere fledgling, who had just awakened his bloodline. Couldn't even last one move. The 2 demon gods shouted in unison, and turned to flee toward the Chaos Rift. Trying to escape into chaos. Trying to run too late. A gleam flashed in my eyes. As I say so it shall be. I spoke slowly. The 4 words fell. An invisible force of law swept out instantly. Thunder Demon and Water Demon, who were frantically fleeing, were instantly frozen in place, their bodies as if crushed by an invisible mountain, unable to move an inch. My form flickered, instantly appearing behind the 2 demon gods. My dragon claws struck out fiercely, piercing straight through their demonic bodies, and grabbing their demon cores. The 2 demon gods let out miserable screams. Their demon cores were crushed. 90% of their cultivation scattered in an instant. Without any hesitation, I opened my mouth and inhaled, directly sucking the 2 demon gods' bodies, along with their demon cores all into my belly. Ding devoured Chaos Demon gods. Thunder Demon and Water Demon gained 10 million evolution points. Acquired Law Origin of Thunder 1. Law Origin of Water 1. Unlocked Ancestral Dragon True Body. Chaos form. Progress 100%. Current form Chaos Ancestral Dragon. An unprecedented power. Instantly exploded within my body. The 100,000 Zhang Ancestral Dragon True Body expanded again upon the golden dragon scales around me. Chaos runes began to flow. Between the dragon horns on my head, chaos energy surged wildly, vaguely hinting at the infinity of creation. A supreme majesty belonging to the Chaos Ancestral Dragon instantly swept across the entire 3 realms. 6. Even the terrifying presences deep within the Chaos Rift at this moment experienced a brief pause. Little 9th Mother Dragon swam over, looking at the chaos image around me, her eyes full of relief and worry. Are you all right? This chaos power is too domineering. Could it hurt you? She asked cautiously. Don't worry, Mom. I smiled and shook my head. This chaos power has been completely refined by me. Not only will it not harm me, it will actually increase my strength. But I turned my head. Look at that chaos rift. That's still expanding. I frowned slightly. The ever-expanding Chaos Rift. I frowned slightly. Those 3 were just vanguards. There are far more terrifying presences deep inside the rift. At least, several dozen chaos demon gods of their level, and even a few whose presences are 100 times stronger, 1,000 times stronger. They should be the direct subordinates of the 72 chaos demon gods. What? Big Brother's face instantly changed. Several dozen chaos demon gods. Does that mean the demon gods sealed by the ancestor back then are all about to break free? Probably, I nodded. When I devoured those 3 demon gods just now, I read their memories. After the ancestor mended the sky with his body, he scattered the 72 rampaging chaos demon gods, their true bodies, and sealed them separately in 9 nodes of the 3 realms. The chaos rift here is just one of those sealing nodes. Now, not only here, but the other 8 sealing nodes have also all loosened. Many demon god remnants have already broken out, and are causing chaos everywhere in the 3 realms. Upon hearing this, everyone's faces darkened. 9 sealing nodes in the 3 realms all loosening simultaneously. This meant that a catastrophe sweeping the entire 3 realms had already begun. If we can't reinforce the seals in time and annihilate those escaped demon gods, the whole 3 realms will be completely destroyed by the chaos demon gods. What should we do now? Second sister frowned and asked, we can't just watch the 3 realms be destroyed. As the Dragon Clan, the 3 realms destroyed. We Dragon Clan are the lords of the 4 seas. Protecting the waters of the 3 realms is our duty. Moreover, once those demon gods break out, the first they'll target is our EC Dragon Clan. That's right, I nodded, my eyes full of determination. This matter started because of our Dragon Clan, so naturally our Dragon Clan should resolve it. Now we'll split into 2 groups. Big Brother, you take 3rd brother, 4th brother, and 6th brother to guard the EC Dragon Palace, and protect Mom and 5th sister. Also contact the 4 Seas Dragon Clan to muster troops, ready to respond to the escaped demon gods at any time. 2nd sister, you take 7th sister, 8th brother, and 9th sister to the Heavenly Court in the Underworld, to report the news of the Chaos Demon Gods breaking out, have them reorganize their heavenly troops, and guard the seals in their respective territories. I myself will travel to all corners of the 3 realms, to reinforce the seals, and annihilate the demon gods that have already broken out. No way, Mother Dragon immediately grabbed me, her eyes full of worry, little 9th. It's too dangerous. Those Chaos Demon Gods are all contemporaries of the Ancestor. What if you go alone and something happens, Mother? Yeah. Little 9th Wu Mei also quickly grabbed my Dragon Claw, her eyes red. I'll go with you. I awakened the Life Divine ability. I can heal your wounds. Even if we encounter danger, I can help block it. Silly girl. I smiled and rubbed her head. You just awakened your bloodline. You can't fully control the laws of life yet. Going with me would be too dangerous. Stay in the Dragon Palace and help Big Brother guard the East Sea. Protect Big Brother and guard the East Sea. And take care of Mom. That's the greatest help you can give me. Don't worry, I'm now the Chaos Ancestral Dragon. Let alone those demon gods who only broke out with remnant souls. Even if their true bodies came, I'm confident I can make them regret it. But, Mother Dragon wanted to say more, but I interrupted. Mom, please rest assured. I promised you I would return safely. And only by completely eliminating these chaos demon gods can our family truly live in peace. Don't forget, I am your son, the reincarnation of the primordial ancestral dragon. This little trouble won't defeat me. Mother Dragon looked at my determined eyes, and finally sighed and nodded. Mother won't stop you, but you must promise me. Be careful in everything. If you encounter danger, come back to the Dragon Palace immediately. Our family, even if we have to risk our lives, will protect you. I know, Mom. I smiled and nodded. Then turned to Big Brother, Big Brother. The Dragon Palace is in your hands. Rest assured, little 9th Big Brother straightened his back and patted his chest. With your Big Brother here. Even if the sky falls, I'll hold it up for you. I won't let anyone harm Mom or Wu Mei. I won't let the East Sea fall into chaos at all. Good, I nodded, then looked at second sister. The Heavenly Court and Underworld side is up to you. No problem, little 9th. Second sister nodded, her eyes full of determination. I will deliver the message. Let the Heavenly Court and Underworld prepare. I won't hold you back. Having arranged everything, well, I didn't linger any longer. Golden light flashed around me. I unfolded my Chaos Ancestral Dragon true body. My form flickered and I disappeared from the EC surface, heading straight for the first sealing node of the 3 realms, the Southern Heavenly Gate. I sped away. The 9 sealing nodes of the 3 realms are respectively Heavenly Court, Southern Heavenly Gate Underworld, Reincarnation Path, Kunlun Jade Pool, Northern Minghai, Southern Flaming Mountain, Eastern Land, Jushan Remnant Veins, Four Seas Gai Region, East Rainbow Palace, and the Chaos Rift, among them the sealing node at the Southern Heavenly Gate. Besides the East Sea and the Chaos Rift, the most severely loosened, demon god remnants have already broken out, and are rampaging outside the Southern Heavenly Gate. In just the blink of an eye, I crossed 10,000 miles of sea and arrived outside the Southern Heavenly Gate. From afar, I saw chaos outside the Southern Heavenly Gate. Countless heavenly soldiers and generals were fighting fiercely with a dozen pitch-black demonic shadows. Those demonic shadows were precisely the chaos demon god remnants that had broken out. Each one had strength not inferior to the Heavenly Court's great generals. The heavenly soldiers were no match, being beaten back step by step. The plaque of the Southern Heavenly Gate was half shattered. Countless heavenly soldiers were heavily injured. Cries of agony and death. Leading the demonic shadows was one, the fifth among the 72 chaos demon gods, he wielding a giant chaos axe. With one swing, dozens of heavenly soldiers were cleaved into dust. Even the heavenly king Li Jing's exquisite pagoda was split by his axe, leaving a crack, constantly retreating, covered in wounds, utterly outmatched. Ha ha ha! You heavenly court trash, is this all you've got? The evil demon laughed wildly, raising his giant axe again, about to viciously strike Li Jing. If that axe fell, Li Jing would definitely be obliterated, soul and all. Just at this critical moment, I finally arrived and shouted. I let out a furious roar. My voice pierced through the endless primordial void. The Chaos Ancestral Dragon true body fully unfolded, leading millions of Dragon Clan troops straight into the battlefield. The Ancestral Dragon who was locked in battle heard my voice, and turned sharply. When he saw my 10,000 Zheng primordial Ancestral Dragon true body, and the dragon army behind me, his eyes instantly burst with an unbelievable light, then turned into immense relief. Good, 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 the Ancestral Dragon said 3 times, his voice trembling slightly. My descendant has finally come. Ha ha ha. The evil demon lord let out a frenzied laugh. Ancestral Dragon. You think just because help has arrived, the outcome can change. Today you two grandparent and grandchild, and these ant-like dragon clan, will all die here? This universe will eventually become my feeding ground. Is that all you've got? I sneered. My form flickered, instantly appearing beside the Ancestral Dragon. Ancestor, take a rest. Leave this to me. The Ancestral Dragon looked at me, his eyes full of pride and satisfaction. He nodded gently. Good, my good child. Let your ancestor be proud, he nodded. Good, my good child. Let your ancestor see how much you've grown. Evil demon lord, I said coldly, my gaze locked onto that boundless dark shadow. You have disturbed the 3 realms, slaughtered countless beings, schemed against my dragon clan for millennia. Today we need to settle accounts properly. With a brat like you. The evil demon lord was full of disdain. Even the Ancestral Dragon couldn't trap me. You dare speak arrogantly with just a kid. Today I'll devour you first, then devour. After saying this, the evil demon lord charged straight at me. The boundless dark shadow instantly covered the entire primordial void. Countless demonic tentacles, with the power to destroy heaven and earth, lashed viciously toward me. Wherever they passed, the primordial void shattered inch by inch. I looked at the charging evil demon lord, with no fear in my eyes. Opening my mouth, I inhaled. The ultimate primordial devouring power erupted instantly. A boundless chaotic black hole formed before me. The terrifying suction instantly enveloped the entire battlefield. The demonic tentacles lashing toward me were instantly sucked into the black hole, without even causing a ripple. What? The evil demon lord's pupils contracted, his face full of disbelief. What kind of power is this? It can even devour my demonic energy. This power is specially prepared for you, I said coldly. My dragon tail whipped fiercely, carrying the creation power of the primordial, and struck the evil demon lord's dark shadow hard. With a thunderous boom, the evil demon lord's dark shadow was instantly scattered by more than half. He let out a miserable scream. Ding wounded the evil demon lord. Obtained 1 billion primordial evolution points. Primordial origin breakthrough limit. Unlocked primordial creation divine ability. Big brother, lead the brothers to set up the Ancestral Dragon 9 formation. I roared, trap the evil demon army. Don't let them interfere with me. All right, Big Brother roared in response. Leading his 8 siblings, they instantly scattered. 9 dragon shadows in the primordial void formed a huge war formation. It was exactly the Ancestral Dragon 9 formation left by the ancestor. A dragon bears 9 sons each with a unique power. 9 working together can trap heaven and earth, slay gods and demons. The million-strong dragon army also quickly formed battle formations and clashed with the evil demon army. The entire primordial void instantly thundered with battle cries. Evil demon lord? Now it's time for us two to settle our score, I said coldly. The primordial power around me erupted to its peak. The 10,000 Zhang primordial ancestral dragon true body expanded again, directly reaching 100,000 Zhang in length. The primordial Tao patterns on my body evolved into infinite images of the birth and death of universes. A supreme pressure belonging to the primordial supreme being instantly swept across the entire primordial void. You have already reached this realm. The evil demon lord's eyes were full of fear. He finally understood that the strength of this ancestral dragon descendant before him, had far exceeded his imagination, and was simply beyond his ability to contend. Trying to run too late, I sneered. The time-space freeze divine ability activated instantly. Time in the entire primordial void was completely frozen at this moment. The evil demon lord's movements were forcibly halted in place. Unable to move at all, my form flickered. Instantly appearing before the evil demon lord, I opened my mouth wide. The ultimate primordial devouring power erupted to its peak. The entire dark shadow of the evil demon lord, along with his original core, was slowly absorbed by me. I won't accept this. I am the evil demon lord. I have devoured countless universes. How can I die at the hands of a mere brat like you? The evil demon lord let out a final despairing roar, but in the end I completely devoured him. Not even a wisp of his soul remained. Ding devoured the evil demon lord. Obtained 100 billion primordial evolution points. Unlocked ultimate form primordial ancestral dragon supreme body. Current combat power assessment invincible in the primordial universe. An unprecedented power instantly exploded within my body. The 100,000 Zhang dragon body expanded again. Upon every dragon scale on my body, a complete primordial universe evolved. Between the dragon horns on my head, the image of creation eternally emerged. With a thought from me, the entire primordial void trembled. Those evil demons still locked in battle with the dragon army. Under my pressure turned to ash instantly. Not even a trace remained. The battle was over. I slowly retracted my aura and came before the ancestral dragon. Respectfully performed the dragon clan's great etiquette of a junior. Little ninth pays respects to the ancestor. The ancestral dragon looked at me, his eyes full of relief and pride. He extended his dragon palm and gently patted my shoulder. Good child, you have not disappointed me. You not only protected the 3 realms, protected the dragon clan, but also completely eliminated the evil demon lord, removing a great threat to the entire primordial universe. You deserve the title of primordial ancestral dragon, deserve the position of lord of the 4 seas, supreme being of the 3 realms. Ancestor, you flatter me. I smiled and said, this is all my duty. Protecting the dragon clan, protecting my family, protecting the 3 realms is my responsibility. The ancestral dragon looked at me, then at Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings behind me, as well as Wu Mei and the million-strong dragon army, his eyes full of smile good. The dragon clan has languished for 10,000 years. Finally it will rise again. From today onward, you shall be the chief of the Hongmeng dragon clan. All dragons of the entire Hongmeng universe. Every dragon shall heed your command. Thank you, ancestor. Let me pack my things, having taken over this legacy. In the days that followed, I led the dragon army through the void of Hongmeng, carving out a brand new territory. With the foundation left by the ancestral dragon, we built a Hongmeng dragon palace, 10,000 times more magnificent than the East Sea Dragon Palace. We connected the passage between the 3 realms and Hongmeng. The ancient gods of the 3 realms could now come to Hongmeng through the passage to pay homage. Dragons from countless universes, upon hearing the news of the Hongmeng ancestral dragon, traveled great distances to join us. The dragon race had entered its most prosperous era since the collapse of the primordial chaos. I did not cling to power. I entrusted the daily affairs of the Hongmeng dragon clan to my eldest brother and the ancestor. As for myself, I stayed with Mother Dragon and my 8 siblings as well as Wu Mei, living in the dragon palace of the East Sea in Hongmeng. Life was leisurely and peaceful. My eldest brother became the Grand Marshal of the Hongmeng Dragon Army, commanding the overall situation of the dragon race in the entire Hongmeng universe. My second sister became the Water God of Hongmeng, governing all waters. My 5th sister became the Life God of Hongmeng, the goddess in charge of the laws of life across the entire Hongmeng universe. The other siblings each found their own paths, making their mark in the Hongmeng universe. Mother Dragon also became the revered dragon, mother of all dragons, enjoying the happiness of family. 5th sister and I, witnessed by the entire Hongmeng dragon clan. held a grand wedding, becoming lifelong companions. On the day of the wedding, the Jade Emperor of the Three Realms with the full court of civil and military officials, the 10 kings of the underworld, the Queen Mother of the West from Kunlun, and countless powerful beings from infinite universes, all came to celebrate at the East Sea of Hongmeng. The festivities lasted a full 100 years. Days passed one by one. I accompanied Fifth Sister in the east of Hongmeng, days passing one by one. I stayed with Fifth Sister in the coral garden of the East Sea of Hongmeng, watching her use her life-divine power to heal those injured little creatures, watching my eldest brother lead the younger ones in the training ground, drilling the dragon army, watching my second sister accompany Mother Dragon admiring flowers in the palace garden. My heart was full of peace and happiness. Living this life anew, from a black loach laughed at by all dragons, I evolved step by step, finally becoming the son of Hongmeng. And the most precious to me was never this supreme power, but the family by my side willing to live and die with me, accompanying me to roam the Hongmeng universe. One day, I was sitting with Wu Mei on a reef in the East Sea, gazing at the endless Hongmeng starry sky, when the ancestor suddenly appeared beside me. He looked at me with a smile in his eyes, and a hint of mystery. "Zhao Zhou, do you think the Demon Lord is the end beyond Hongmeng?" I whirled around to look at the ancestor, a flash of surprise in my eyes. "Ancestor, what do you mean by that?" The Ancestral Dragon smiled and raised his head, looking toward the far end of the Hongmeng starry sky. There an endless barrier separated a broader world. The Demon Lord is merely a bug that crawled in from outside the barrier. The real world lies beyond this Hongmeng barrier. Out there are countless chaotic universes, more powerful beings, vaster realms, and even greater dangers. I followed the ancestor's gaze toward the far side of the Hongmeng barrier. Within my golden dragon eyes, the blazing battle flame, and longing for the unknown world rekindled. Seeing me like this, the ancestor smiled with satisfaction. "How about taking a look?" I turned to look at Wu Mei beside me. She gave me a sweet smile, her eyes full of determination. "Wherever ninth brother goes, I will go." I looked again at the distant dragon palace. My eldest brother and siblings were waving at me, their eyes full of passion and anticipation. I looked at my family before me, then gazed into the endless unknown beyond the Hongmeng barrier. I laughed heartily. "All right, then let's go together and see this broader world. Let's see what scenery lies beyond Hongmeng." A brand new journey across infinite chaotic universes was waiting for me, and I, the supreme ancestral dragon of Hongmeng, was about to take my family, my dragon clan, shatter the Hongmeng barrier, and venture into that endless chaotic universe, beginning a new legend. Begin a new legend.